Keep the money tripping, that's all I know. Keep the money tripping, it's all I know. I'm team. Let me see. How do people be sharing they love? How my sister be doing that? What was that you was eating? Like, what was that on your plate, Dawn Marie? I was trying to figure out what that was. Like, what was that? What was the girl? Oh, what'd I do? What my thing? I swiped it off my screen. Thank you so much for sharing the live. Appreciate y'all. Double tap the screen, hit that share button, repost it to your feed. Tamales, refried beans, avocado. Yeah, that don't look like nothing I will be interested in, but I'm happy you enjoyed it. I'm cool. Cool as a fan, baby. Hey, Nick, how you doing, love? What's up, y'all? I'm so surprised at how good this was. Amazon tamales are. Amazon tamales. Wait a minute. What's up, Lisa? Hey, Janet. Thank you so much for the gift stuff. Appreciate you. Man, I wanted to open up a pen. I was supposed to went live yesterday. I told y'all I was going to go live yesterday, and I didn't go live yesterday. So, my bad. I don't know if this time is going to be a good time, but I had a really good conversation the other night. Child, they had me up all night talking about this case. It's been a lot of things that has come out during this whole case in North Carolina with Tim and Brenay, and it is absolutely crazy. And I didn't realize it took me almost an hour to go freaking live. I'm good, Nikki. Thank you so much for asking. And I told the girl to give me 15 minutes. Baby, it's been an hour. I'm terrible with time. I'm terrible. Thank you so much for the heart, me. Appreciate you so much. Thank you for following me, user 24442. Thank you for following. Appreciate you. Yeah, it's 2 o'clock. I got off that live at it was 1:03 or something like that. Yeah, I'm tripping. I just looked up and seen the time. Like, girl, you wildin'. She said, Team Akira in the building, period, Tamika. Okay. Thank you so much for lighting up my gallery. Thank you. So, it's been a lot that has come out in this case. I would love to hear you guys' opinion and your viewpoints, and I would like to know, are you Team Akira or Team Brenay? Like, whose side y'all picking? Because lo and behold, the other day when I did a panel at night, we actually had somebody come up on the panel. Yes, Capital. We had somebody come up on my panel the other night that was Team Brenay. They were Team Brenay. Lo and behold, they were Team Brenay. It's some people out there, they probably are quiet, more so quiet than vocal, and only vocal in spaces that are prominent or mostly Team Brenay. So it's going to be probably over on her content, spaces where her people are versus out here in the open, because majority of the people that are talking is Team Akira. But it's some Team Brenays out here. It's some Team Brenays out here. It's some people rallying around and fighting for Brenay. I don't know why. Because I'm Team Akira on this. I don't know why they are Team Brenay. But there are. Some people feel like, a lot of people, well, for the most part, the people who I see saying they are Team Brenay is because they feel like she's being bullied. Like everybody is focusing on her. Like she's the only one that did what happened. She feels like they feel like people aren't focusing on Tim. Or they're like, Y'all act like this the first person, Akira is the first person to get cheated on. Like, people get cheated on every day. Whoop-de-doo. Like, that type of response. Or whatever. They probably the same as her, probably. You know what's crazy? Because they're probably not. Because I guarantee if they were in Akira's position and they were getting cheated on, they'd probably be sliding down the wall with snot bucket tears, trying to figure out why me? Why me? Why me? But I don't know. Like, I understood the doubt of some people before. This girl, I'm gonna get the clip. I'm gonna get the clip fic and I'm gonna post it. Because this girl came up on my live the other day and she was up here tussling. And I was trying to tell the people, don't jump her, one at a time. Baby, she was Team Brenay. Even though her stance didn't make sense. Who is it? I'm using my phone. I'm using my phone. I'm on it. I'm going to get the clip and I'm going to post it. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, because my daughter must want the kind of attention. Hold on, y'all. How do I put myself on mute? All right, I'm back, y'all. I'm back. So, there's been a lot of information that has been come out or confirmed. Oh, wait, this is what I was saying. I could understand the people that were kind of still siding with Brenay before this court case, because I'm the type of person, like, I need concrete proof. Like, I don't like he say, she say. And if you want to line something up, I need for you to prove it, right? And even though I feel like it was a lot of stuff that was put out from videos and timelines that you can clearly see, like, this was before separation, this was before the breakup, that y'all were doing things y'all ain't had no, like, y'all was connecting before that. You know what I'm saying? But even with that, I'm like, I can understand people still wanting to give her the benefit of the doubt in that situation. But now, with court being in session and it being confirmed that you slept with that man, not only in your home with your spouse there, but in her home while she was there during the time before any separation occurred. You slept with this man during a time frame where she invited you into her home to be for camaraderie, for her friend who she looked at like a sister who she felt was in a situation of possible domestic violence. She was sheltering you from harm. And while she was offering you a place to stay to shelter you from that harm, you was hunching on her husband. Are you crazy? Like, what? Hey, Rima. Hey, Curly. I don't know if people realize that, though. If y'all are listening to the recap, the time where Brenay was laid up in that living room on that blow up, I think they said she was on a blow up bed in the living room, and she recorded that video that Akira came across in the laptop. That was during the time where Akira welcomed her into her home because she had claimed Devin bucked up at her. I don't know if y'all paying attention, because I know they not, like, a lot of people that are, when they're giving the details, I wish they would, like, give dates. They're not giving dates. But if you pay attention to the timeline and the description of the events that was going on around that time, she was in her home because Akira welcomed her in there to shield her from what she thought was harm's way. And you slept with her husband in her living room while she was asleep in her bedroom and her kids was asleep. Like, what are we doing here? So I would like to know if you are Team Brenay or Team Akira, and why. Double tap the screen, hit that share button, y'all. Let's see if we can get some people up in here. Hey, Shonda. What's up, Jane? Yes, in both homes. Beautiful Aura says she team Brenay. Would you mind coming up and sharing why? This is a no jump zone. Everybody's entitled to their view and their opinion. We do not have to share the same sentiments, at all. Hey, Shonda. She said Akira for show. Akira for show. See, I told y'all it's people that's Team Brenay. Now, I don't know if that person is trolling or not, but she said she's Team Brenay. It is some Team Brenays out here. Don't get it fooled. What's up, Blue Couch Convos? How you doing, boo? Thank you for the rose. Thank you for the rose. Hey, Sherry.
Hey,
How you doing, beautiful?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right.
I was joking. I'm not Team Brenay, but I'm also not Team Akira.
No?
I'm Team No One because I just feel like Brenay was very shisty with what she did, but I also feel like Akira was slow. So, and both she needs to take accountability, and Brenay is just nasty. So, I don't I don't prefer one or the other.
Okay. I can understand when you say slow. I guess you mean like to catch on to what was happening, or like the way she responded.
I just feel like I wouldn't let a woman in my house. I wouldn't. It's too much. It was too much that went on,
Mm-hmm.
and everything just went too far. You're just letting you're letting things happen, in my opinion. And the same for Devon. Letting a man sleep in your house is diabolical. So yeah, for all parties, I'm not team anyone. I think everybody is just Renee is definitely the terrible person, but
Mm-hmm.
the other parties, they're just I don't know. They're just not smart. I don't know.
Got you. I understand where you come from. Hey, Speak, how you doing?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. What would you like to share with the conversation? You team Brenay or
So
team Akira?
I'm definitely Team Akira. With everything, I've been following this case for years. I was there basically as it was popping, as it was starting to brew on the stove. That's when I started watching it cook.
Mm.
I did Pete Brenay before this whole thing happened when she was just getting viral off her, being her big chested and the long nails and stuff, and having
Mm-hmm.
her having a twin. But with that being said, to the previous point that was made by Beautiful, I would, she's not totally wrong, but I would say that I only disagree with the part that there are people that are like Dev. Everyone's like acting like why didn't Devin tell about the wipes and the son and the situation, and why did Akira act like that? Why is she acting so slow to act? Unfortunately, even though like they're very young, like they're my age, like 25 and under,
Mm-hmm.
around that time, around that age, but some people are just they have that natural bystander effect, and then also while me and you, like, let's say we just gossiping about something and somebody try one of us and we're like, oh, I'll pop that girl in her face. Something like,
Mm-hmm.
I'll cut her, I'll do this, I'll do that. Not everybody's like that. The folks who stay quiet and don't say things like that are out there. Those two people, let's really think about when nice, and I'm a nice person, I'm a people pleaser. I used to be. And so I
Mm-hmm.
understand where they're coming from. Now I'm not, now I'm the opposite. But what I'm saying to them is that what I'm saying to their defense, I would like to say that Tim and Renee know exactly who they are, and they know how conniving they can be and how manipulative they can be. And people like that do not go for people who are just as messy as them. They go for people who they can play with, which is why they married pushovers. And also Akira, not saying she's slow, but she is neurodivergent. Like she does have something, but it's not like she's high. I think she's like on the higher end of the spectrum because she did say she had like a learning disability,
Oh, did
and
she? You said Akira? I didn't know that. I missed that.
yeah, she one of the things that one of the pieces of evidence that that social media had brought up against Brenay was the fact that Akira was talking about how growing up with her learning disability and then having and wanting to work with children like that, and then Brenay copied like the same exact thing verbatim.
What?
And the people in the comments could tell me, like, you guys, I know some of y'all saw that one piece of evidence was definitely wrong. When she was being charged, when her trial was in the case of the public eye, that was definitely something that came up. That little commercial where you could see it a little bit when she was a little girl, she had a little commercial, and then that's when people were starting to guess. And then that's when she shared, like, literally, Akira says herself, like, I grew up with a disability, and that's why it inspires me to work with children that are like me or whatever. And then that's when Brenay said, oh, I want to work with children like that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've been an OG. So if y'all don't remember that, y'all gotta, like, I've been with this case for a minute. Black Goddess, her lives, she's just starting to pop for real in the past, I would say, year or so. But I've been there since it was just only like 100 or so people in there. Like, I've been on this case for a minute.
Somebody said they remember. It's some people saying they don't remember, but it's some people saying I remember. I remember.
She definitely said that she had something growing up, and that she was able to learn past it because one of her teachers inspired her, and so that's why she wants to work with children that were like her or something like that. And then that's when Brenay said the same exact thing, like in her own video.
Are you talking about when Brenay? Because Brenay did it, but this was like 3 years ago. She did an interview with this black guy, and she said that she worked as a substitute teacher with children with disabilities.
No, that was that video where she was talking about I'm from Baltimore. Was that one? No, that wasn't that one. She was on her own little story time on TikTok or Snapchat, and she was talking about her own aspirations in life. Her own aspirations. Yeah, that was her own personal video. It was just her in the frame. And she said it. But there's so many pieces of evidence that would be hard for me to find it now, but I'm sure it's out there. It's still out there.
I'm gonna see if I can ask one of the ask BG, because maybe she knows about it. Like, she could confirm it for people that don't know about it. Ask her about it.
I used to be on her live. I used to go on her panels too.
Oh, Shea Butter said I definitely saw that. Lady said yes, she did. Okay. Well, they both was Mary Sylvia. So who you pick?
So yeah. So that's why, to that extent of them being slow, I wouldn't say necessarily they're slow, but I would say that they're definitely very nice. They're definitely
like naive,
very pushoverish, and they're just starting to get their 13th reason to start fighting back and be a little bit more, So.
Oh, it's people coming in saying they remember that. Okay, so people seen it. So I could kind of understand where Beautiful was coming at, because I'm not gonna lie. When the stuff started coming out about them being in the house and like them being underneath your roof, and especially Devin, you laid there and you heard it. I'm like, what? Now I do know that there are people who are kind of like anti-confrontational, soft rather. Like, they just don't want that type of, confrontation. But Devin also put up a video where he said he kind of responded to that backlash he was getting, and he was saying like he pretty much was moving with a purpose. They were kind of like collecting evidence. They had kind of caught on at that point to something was going on, and they was trying to. BG kind of spoke to this in her live. Like, it was almost like them trying to catch them, like get for a fact, like, so it wasn't speculation. They could get like know for a fact that these things were happening. But I just don't know if I could have had that type of patience. I'd have probably, instead of my been calling the COPs, I'd have probably been in JAIL, because I don't know if I would have had that type of restraint for me. But Akira does come off like, and she said it, if my husband say something, I believe it.
She definitely is. I hate it, but I gotta keep it real. She's definitely a pick-me. I hate that for her, and she's growing. She has every bit of reason to grow out of it now. But she's definitely has certain pick-me tendencies. And the problem was that, and the thing about it is that with Devin, he's more so what they would call a simp, but I like simps. I think simp is a good thing, but he's like the guy from, what's the Family That Prays, the Tyler Perry movie, when he borrows his wife's money and then he finds out that he's been acting like a dud the whole marriage. That's who Devin is. That's who Akira is. They're just so like happy-go-lucky people, and I know because I used to be that person. In some states, some cases, I am. I'm still like that happy-go-lucky, bubbly person. I'm not. I used to be very, very naive.
Thank you, ladies, for the gifts.
It's just, it happens. I hate.
I mean, when I was younger, I was very so much like more like I'm gonna say use the word timid, almost like you see things where you like, no, you kind of don't want to accept it, or like you overlook things. But I wasn't even letting it go that far. Like, so
Yeah.
I think it's because I can't understand it going that far. Like I can understand being like, how you don't get that? You did to you like you not connecting the dots. But like the being in the home and you hearing it go down, that's the part that I'm like, somebody said he was in shock. You have to understand that he was in shock and going through it. I guess.
You can only understand. Okay, you're only gonna like how
Hey,
far
Tui.
you got into it, host. That's literally the max it's gonna be for you because
Mm-hmm.
there's no more understanding than that because people are not all built like them. Not everyone's built like a crash out. Not everybody's built like them either. And
Yeah.
so you have to understand. I mean, not you, but like people in this audience and who's listening. We have to all understand that Tim and Brenay know exactly who they married. Nobody plays with you
Right.
without
Right.
assessing how you'll react first.
That's what you said earlier, and I wanted. They definitely knew because they knew they could play in their face. Like Tim took Tim took full advantage of who his wife was, knowing that the position she played when it came to him. Like, and so did uh, what's her name, Brenay. Like they both were married to individuals that were like more, docile, calm, more like they were more so following versus leading. Like, both of them was in a follower role versus a leader role. Akira is supposed to have been in like a follow role. She was the wife, but they knew kind of like they controlled the space. So I definitely agree with that 100%. They knew who they married and that they could play with them. Um, and they used the relationships that they had to their advantage, like finding out that, because I know at one point people was like, I don't understand why you letting your husband, like, why is Tim with her so much, and then to come to find out, Akira, like, well, I was always told he wasn't with Brenay. He wasn't going for Brenay. He was with Devin. They were together. But then to come to find out, Devin was never with them. They was out doing their own thing solo dolo. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely agree with that 100% that they took advantage of who their spouses were.
As of today, Daily Mail and People picked up the story, and not just
No,
them.
people picked it up a couple days ago.
People picked it up, but then
It,
I checked this morning, and Daily Mail and other sources in their county or in their state have picked it up.
yep, and it was something else that I was like, oh my god, they made it to that. I'm surprised I ain't seen them on the shade room yet.
No, seriously.
I'm waiting
Shayla
for them
is
to pop
kind of
up on.
slow.
Hey, is it Sua?
Sway.
Sway. Oh, look at me trying to be. Hey, Sway, how you doing?
Everybody says Sway. You're good.
What would you like
But
to
oh my
contribute?
gosh.
Hey,
I
Nay.
have been looking for my people to talk about this with because I just feel like even though it's big, it's still people who don't know about this.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm definitely Team Akira. Like I feel like even if Tim and Akira had a crack in their marriage, she definitely took her big behind there and widened the crack.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like she just plotted to do that. I feel like everything from the beginning, even marrying Devin, I feel like that was the beginning of her plot to
Cha.
Tim.
I definitely think. Oh dang! You said dang! I don't think I took it back that far, but I think all of it was like the whole. Well, you could be right because getting close to Devin, because Devin was the one with at that point the close relationship with Tim because they was cousins. That put her in position to be close to Tim. Befriending Akira in the way that she did made her closer to Tim. Woo!
And allegedly, I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard allegedly that she was pregnant at 14 and her mom made her get rid of it and that allegedly the baby was Tim's baby.
Oh, I don't know. I think they brung that up on BG Live, but she said she ain't know nothing about it. She wasn't covering, but I haven't seen. I don't know.
And then
Yeah,
it's
I see
like,
that too. But I would say that it's plausible, but nothing, no facts to point at.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything like from. I heard it brung up on BG Live the other day, and then you the second person I heard say that.
and it's like, I don't know. I'm Tim Akira, yes, but it's like I get it. A lot of people aren't confrontational. They're docile individuals, but you told this woman to leave your home, and she persisted to tell you that she's not going anywhere your husband wants her there.
Like you let that girl play in your face too. You let both of them play in your face.
Yeah, guys, it's like I'm not gonna hold you. It's like a disability almost because there are so many times. Okay, I'm 24, 5 now, but when I was 24, I remember this one girl at my in my high school class told me to shut up one time, and I literally felt the anger coming back up, and I was so angry with myself for not cussing that girl clean out. But because a boy that I liked was involved, I didn't. And so it's like a disability. It's like a people who don't crash out love having friends who do because they don't have some people are really soft. That's why bullies exist. That's why folks get betrayed. Some people are soft. And I'm happy y'all can't imagine it for yourselves, but I know exactly what it would be like because people will play in my face. I've had people steal from me money, real money. I'm talking about thousands of dollars. I've had folks, like use me right up until the end, make it seem like I'm a part of something, and then exclude me at the end multiple times. I literally had to shake myself out of it and pray over myself. So that's why I know where they're coming from, and I hate it. But it's like there are folks. That's why you gotta really be kids. That's why they always tell you don't raise your children too agreeable because they become prey for predators and they become prey for people for bad people. So I know that's kind of hard for our community, but try to raise your children to where when your children question you, even in a healthy way, try to get that out of them because when you are not around, they will question other adults who try them. And adults do be trying people to be trying these kids and other people their age, their age mates be trying them. So yeah, it's like a disability.
Thank you for the gifts, guys, and thank you for those who are double tapping the screen, double tapping the screen. Appreciate y'all. Moni, welcome to the live. You can bring yourself off of mute if you would like to contribute. Before you speak though, I understand where you coming from. Speak like, and I know everybody has a boundary. Like I can understand that whole concept when you had used you. I think you was in school or something, and the girl kind of got smart with you, and you ain't say nothing. You wish you said something back. Like I can understand that. So, but I guess trying to connect it to that, like it being that far, someone being in your marital home and making you uncomfortable and them pushing your grandma and all that just seemed like a lot, like to. But I guess also they said Akira at that point when that was going on, she was like on the floor crying, like having a nervous breakdown. So I guess taking that into consideration as well. I'm sorry. Hey, Moni, you got the floor now.
Oh, sorry, I was trying to unmute. Thank you for letting me go. I
Mm-hmm.
just wanted to say to those who are saying, they can't see how Akira let these things go and how Devon let these things go and how they were so passive. I think the part that's missing is that this is the best case scenario. When you see what she's doing and how she's handling this, she's clearly taking guidance from her mother, from her grandmother. She comes from clearly intellectual woman who told her how to move strategically. If she had to beat up Brenay, if Devon had to beat up Tim, all they would have got out of it was charges and still left. We saw that when she communicated threats. All she did was threaten Brenay, and she put charges on her. They would have used those same charges to label her a criminal, to label her a threat, and probably then take her kids, and then they would have been living life happily ever after with her kids, while all she
Right.
had was charges. So I think what she did is the actual smartest thing we could learn from it. Being reactive and beating somebody up is a temporary relief and a temporary joy. Everybody would like to see that and get that out. But I think what she did was you see the two opposite mothers. You can tell clearly that Brenay is getting guidance from her mother, which is, that crash out mentality that they have, cuss people out, roll your eyes and get a temporary gratification and satisfaction from giving somebody the business. But then you see Akira's side where it's clearly strategic. And she could have been letting all of this play out to gather evidence so she can do just what she's doing right now. And her on the long end, where now they have charges, they're at risk. Tim is at risk of not being around his children. Brenay can't post the children. But if Akira had a snapped and beat her ass, if Devon had a snap, all they would have had is some charges and still in the same situation. So I think this is the best case scenario, and it's a learning lesson to somebody, to not always react. Yeah, it feels good to beat somebody up who's trying. You get out my house, drag them out, but the grandma sitting up there and testifying to the fact that she asked Brenay to get out and they had a physical, that's more damning than anything that Akira or Devon could have done to them physically. So I think it's really smart, and I think that is something that we shouldn't be looking down at them on or say, oh, I don't understand that. I think it's something we really could be taking lessons from and say, move strategically. When somebody is blatantly trying you, it may feel good to put your hands on them, But at the end of the day, if you have legal cause, it's better to hit them and be smart where they feel it in the long run, because even this public humiliation across the board is a lot. Akira already got her lick back with just the way it's all across the nation. Law classes, this is a case study. So I just wanted us to keep that in mind, because I hear it over and over. I don't know how they could do that. I don't know how they could do that, but I think this is really the best case scenario. The way they're handling it is the best possible way it could be
It
handled.
is. Like, I don't think
It's
anybody
not
would
hard.
disagree with that this is the
Yeah.
best case. I don't think anybody. I think it's just a natural response to hearing like what occurred, and like you was able to sit back and let that go down. Like me personally, I don't think I could. And I don't think it's to like, well, for me personally, I can't speak for nobody else. It's not to beat them down. It's just like, girl, how could you let that go down? It's like just a natural response. But this is definitely the best case scenario. They definitely played their cards, to get them to where they are.
Yeah, I
But
don't think it
most,
was so much on this line, but I've heard it a
yeah,
lot. Oh, they let this and Devon this off, and he's this and that. How could they let this? I think that they got together,
I think
and
the
I think they
word
were sponsored by their
confrontation.
parents to make sure that they handle it this way, so that way in the long run they don't just end up with charges, because he could have beat him up, and then now you just got a charge.
that's
And what?
true.
Yeah, nobody's not saying that she had to fight her or be physical with her. I think confrontational and confrontation is the word that's making people think physical. So I think I'll use the word assertive instead. You don't have to be physical with somebody to stand up for yourself. The same way she's taking legal action to, about her ruining her marriage, she could have took legal action to get her out of her home. She could have took legal action when she pushed her grandmother. Like, it was just so many places where she could have stood up for herself without being physical that she just didn't take.
But I
Which
think she
you're
was,
right,
in that
yeah.
sense, strategic. I think she was using those instances for what they're being used for right now. I think
But
that
at the
all of
same
those are
time,
being
I do see
documented.
where Sway is coming from, only because that if the timeline was not as close like that, the case wasn't even a
Well,
thought at the time Brenay was over there.
No,
Like when
we
when
don't know
everything was
that. We
playing
don't know that
out.
it's a thought. Her mom is an attorney. We don't know, because
No,
remember she said her parents peeped and everybody else was peeping around her. The disrespect, the stuff that we didn't even see on social media, they were seeing certain
yes,
movements and certain things. So her mom may have been. Might have been having conversations from back then. Like, no, I'm going to do something about this. My daughter
well,
is allowing this to happen.
Well, to be fair, if we're just looking at for what we know about that specific instance where the push happened, that's literally when she finally opened up to her parents about what happened. They had literally had to pry. Her mom testified that she had to pry it out of her daughter because they could see them was bothering her. She wasn't telling them about it. So at that time, everything was still fresh. What Sway and them are saying, because I see what you're saying, but when Sway and them are saying are simply like their threshold would have been a lot sooner. Kira and Devin's threshold are a little bit too lax. And this is, like I said, this is just an experience for them that's going to make them tighten up on what their limit is. Because me being able to kick someone out of my house is not going to be able to threaten my ability to sue them later, because this is my home. And that's the thing about Akira's case that is so significant, is that it's not just a cheating case. This girl quite literally it terrorized and invaded every single part of Akira's life, not just the man. And even after she got the man, she kept coming back at everything else. And that's where everybody was like, okay, well, at some point, you do have to speak for yourself and let people know not to play with you, because Brenay learned, but slowly. And I think people were just saying, "Oh, she could." I wish Akira would have acted a little bit more fast, a little bit more potent, because a little bit more proactive. Because Renee could have learned a lot sooner to stop playing with her. But
No,
like, but
Brenay
this,
was not going to learn sooner to stop playing with her.
no, I think Brenay could have, because Brenay knew who she was playing with. Brenay and them all knew. Like, you mean to tell me the twin sisters slept with their Akira's man because they knew how Akira would act. They knew how Akira has always been the very much pretty, put up. My mom was a lawyer. Both parents are married, still together. A very much spoiled girl. These other two girls are the more. We had to finesse our way through people's lives using our bodies. We had to, ask for and beg for attention. We had to use our chest to get in certain spaces. That's their reputation. And this is a girl who's been, if you see her childhood pictures, this is a girl that's been pretty and put up. You can mess with her, man, and she will not beat you up. She'll just cry about it.
Yeah, and I don't like was mentioned before. It's not so much this lie, but I've heard people talk negatively about them. I think where she was faulted. These are very young people. I think that disclosing to her family sooner might have helped. But I am grateful that she didn't get forceful with her. I think the evidence and the way she handled it is the reason why her case would be so successful. Even trying to get Brenay out the house, even that evidence alone, where they didn't get into an altercation, her family came over and tried to put her out. All of that is even more damning than if she had to say, yeah, I told her to get out and she told me no. And I whooped her ass and I called the police and all of that kind of stuff. Or we got into it. And especially because Brenay is scary, she's calling the police on her. When she just communicated threats, when she said, I will hurt you for taking my kids out of this hospital, she put charges on her. Just
She
for
did.
words. Just for words.
She
so
did.
God knows what she would have did if they had really got mixy.
Oh,
It would have been even worse. So
to
yeah.
their
So I
point
got a
though.
question. When she got into the accident, right? Was that after her living in her house? That all came after, right?
That came after. That came by that time they were already separated at that time. So that was later in the story. I will say though, Akira did reach her limit before that happened when she said Brenay has to be out by noon and texted her man that. So she like that, yeah. So she did react. It is she was slow to put her foot down. And that's
Cause
what
then, with the situation with the house with the grandma and stuff, right? Tim took her out, but then he brung her back, right? And she stayed again.
no, she never left. When the cops came, they asked both of them, hey, do you want her to stay? Akira and Tim both answered yes, even after the kerfuffle with Grandma. And Grandma couldn't say anything about it because while her name was on the lease, she did not physically
What?
stay there.
She
That's
I
what
said
we're
that
miss
talking
she
about.
lived there. She
I
lived there.
missed I missed that because they both said. Why did Akira say yes?
Because so Akira, that's another thing. Akira, she's a little bit too malleable. So at first she was crying, she was upset that she's still there, da 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 da. But I guess they somehow, some way. Oh yeah, Tim was arguing on Brenay's behalf. That's what it was.
And
And
so
all
she
this
just
time
gave
he's
in.
telling her
He
they're
gave
not,
in.
nothing is going on, that this is just going on. Their friend needs a spot. She was abused by her husband. So he's manipulating her too, making her feel like, oh, you're being crazy
Right.
thinking that something is going on. So yeah, she'll open her eyes, for her next relationship. I believe that if something don't sound right, it don't feel right, then it's not right. But I do definitely think that the way that they handle it is more damning. That this is how she was going about it, and the things she had to tolerate. It just reads so much worse. Like than if she had been like a more bucked up person. It just reads because you empathize with her
I
even more
don't
seeing it.
even.
That's
I
how
don't
that's
even.
how I feel.
I don't want her to be more bucked up, but I do want her to be a bit more discerning. I think if
Absolutely.
her discernment is what really failed her because it would have allowed her to act faster. Not so much her anger or her like you know what I mean? Because if I had to put my grandmother on our lease, you as a man don't deserve to be on my lease. That would have allowed her then to kick both of them out. You and her gotta go.
You're not handling business, but yeah, I'm answering to you and holding you in that. But that's something that older people kind of get to, and I don't know you guys' ages, but or after experiences. I don't even have to say older, but after certain experience, you kind of get to like, you know, understanding that just because it's labeled a husband, just because it's labeled a boyfriend, that doesn't mean they have absolute control over
Privilege.
your life or privilege or can tell you what to do. Some people take that literal submission very literally, meaning that husbands have the final say even if it's not making sense. So I think she'll
Akira
know
has
moving
that, and that's
forward.
why I want her to get rid of.
Yeah. She'll know moving forward that absolute submission, it has to make sense. They have to be leading you somewhere and to keep that eye open. But thank you, ladies. That's all I wanted to say.
You welcome. Thank you for
Yours.
coming up. Hey,
All right.
Melly Mel. Pre-Bandana, I sent you an invite. I would love to hear your take. And I seen someone else in the comments say weird prompt. And for those who are team Akira, it might come off like, why even ask that? But the purpose for this prompt for me is because I actually had someone join my live 2 days ago that was Team Brenay. So
Yeah.
although a lot of people may not want to believe it, it is people out there that is Team Brenay.
She definitely got some
Definitely out
experience.
there. I will say though, and this is just an observation, don't come down my throat about it. I am a BBW myself. However, when I see Brenay's supporters, they are about her size, and they are and their posts are always are always actually suggestive. So they're male centered and they're desperate for a man. They definitely exist out there,
Dang.
or they're not her size, but they're so desperate for a man.
And
Like
then
yeah,
people are more on Brenay than Tim. People are more on Brenay than Tim. I'm like,
Rightfully so, though. Rightfully so, because
well, I
when
get
you
it, but this man abandoned his marriage and his kids. He does not take care of his kids. Like,
yes, which is true, but that's an offense that is common. We know how the standard for, yes, it's wrong, but we know how the standard for male parenting is so much more lax than women. The fact that he hasn't sent no money and it's just not coming out is why he's probably getting a little bit of backlash now, a little bit more. But Tim did regular nigga stuff. You left your girl for her bestie. Now you not taking care of her kids. That's regular. She's going to have to duke that out with court. But what Brenay did, I haven't seen a woman do that in a minute, honey. Not to the extent that she did it. Like, because you didn't just take the man. You invaded every single piece of strength and support that I have. And you completely turned my life
Come up,
upside
Kalia.
down
oh, did
with
she
you wanting my
leave?
man.
Oh, she already left, the other lady.
Yeah, she dropped down.
Because I was understanding what she was saying about, about how we're talking about how Akira just took the shit that Brenay was spewing. I understand that, but I'm like, bro, the videos, like, she's in your house cooking in your kitchen with your man next to her. Like, this is her home. Like, she's the woman of the house.
So how that happened was, okay, so the way she would do her videos, they always knew her to be the main character, the content creator. So Akira was never really like in the camera, so she never really cared for it. And Brenay would do the same exact thing if the men were not there. Like, okay, this is me and Mikey, this is me and Akira, my bestie, we out together. And then you would, while listening to her in hindsight bias, you'd hear the clues and the red flags of what she was saying whenever Tim was brought up in the slightest way. I remember a time when they were in the car and Akira brought up she said he left the seat like this, and Brenay took that sliver of a moment and made a whole conversation about Tim, and all the girl said was he, referring to Tim. And she was just talking about the seat was adjusted wrong because they were using the car that he was just using. Just that little bit of snipe. So when she would come in and come around them, she would be like, "Hey guys, this is my friends," and she would always say that. That's what I'm saying. She was grooming them. So that's what grooming looks like. That's why they acted so slow, because they were being groomed the whole time to be slow to act, slow to think anything's going on. Because when I do something, I need you to just be still.
Right. Unpopular opinion, though. I feel like, this is the last thing I'm going to say. I feel like Akira low-key was taking her time as well because she thought, I feel like if Tim
You would come back.
if Tim would have cut off with Brenay, she would have stayed in her marriage.
Unfortunately, and I think the sad part about it is what is true about Tim in that marriage is that whether Brenay invaded it or not, the marriage was always a sham. That is true. And that is the only sliver of a chance that Brenay has by winning this case. I pray she doesn't, but that's the only sliver of a chance. Because it's Alien of Affection, but I think you abundantly showed that I think both sides have shown that Tim was never a good husband. Like, that's just what it is. Tim was never a good husband. You were paying your way through this whole marriage. He said himself he could say he loves somebody, he's being manipulative. And while she may have destroyed your entire marriage, which is why she still has a great case, this man was never a good husband.
Hey, Kalia.
Hey, I got one question. So I'm just trying to figure out, you know how Tim said that they had like 30 to 60 or 60 to 90 days to get married? Did Akira ever say that? Because I never heard that before. He's the first one who ever said that.
That was, Akira never mentioned that. It was Tim and his mother that had set that boundary. Tim and his mother who had mentioned it at the case, and then the mom confirmed it that yes, we're very religious, da 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 da. But, and they also, it kind of is plausible because his dad is a preacher. Her first husband is a preacher. Her now husband is on his dad.
Yeah,
So,
they haven't confirmed it on the other side.
Because I didn't understand when he was stating that. Did Akira ever know about that agreement he had with his parents?
Right.
They haven't confirmed it on the other side, which I don't know. I don't know if they ever asked or if it, like, how did that come about? Only because I'm like, why would Akira's family seems to be very much stable. So why would she not have nowhere to go?
That's why I was questioning, because I was real confused when he started saying that, because I was like, that's the first time I ever heard anybody say anything like that.
Yeah. Hey, Nick Nack.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did not even realize that I had hit the button. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Please forgive me.
Oh, host, somebody did want to bring up the fact that They were, as I said, I was surprised to hear that she was still sitting with him after February 24. I do want to hear y'all take on this, but I personally was not surprised. Me personally.
If I'm being completely honest, I wasn't totally shocked. Because a lot of people a lot of women still sleep with the person that did them dirty. So I wasn't completely shocked by that.
Yeah.
But yes, because she was sleeping with him, they said, because I thought it had ended towards March. But then when the text messages came out, it was more so towards like the end of that year, right?
No, April 2024. They were still probably talking, but that's when they last did it, was April 2024.
Oh, I thought when the messages came out, it was even further into the year. Because they
They probably
didn't
were still
officially separate
discussing.
till March, right?
No, so they, I'm not sure when the separation was, but I know that they were definitely discussing their relationship. I don't remember the timeline, which is probably what you're referring to, but that's when they hunched was definitely, to my knowledge, from everybody, what everybody's saying and what I heard was April 2024. And then yes, because even Robin asked her, you do know that, remember when she said to Brenay, you do know that they were still sleeping together till this time, till March through April of this time, or February through March of this time. And she was like, no, I don't believe that. The messages are fake. Something like that.
Yeah, because but because they didn't officially separate until March, like March of 2024.
Yeah. But no, I'm not surprised because you guys got to remember, and people were saying, well, she's building a case. No, let's keep it a book. If I'm divorcing, yes, I got to know my worth. But on the sly, on a cold night, I might call something familiar just to get my rocks off, even though I know I'm leaving this man no matter what. Especially if you're like Akira, who still has hope that her marriage might last.
They said he was going to tuck the kids in and tuck Akira in too.
And she just had a flashback. That's all.
I mean, I don't know. I feel indifferent because I'm like I said, I felt like Akira still wanted her marriage, so I'm not shocked to hear that they were sleeping together. But I do feel like, because it's like, don't Brenay be talking about her BV and stuff like that?
I'm sure she probably realized the difference and she probably stopped after that because remember, it was abrupt. I honestly am proud of her for keeping such restraint because if we're being honest, when people say they break up, they don't really break up that time. They come back a few times and then they break up.
Yeah, because something happened. I couldn't catch what they were saying, but because on BG Live, she said Akira found out that he was something, and that's when she cut everything off. Like she just cold turkey, like no more. But I can't remember what it was that happened that made Akira go cold turkey. Like you can't get none of this no more.
Oh, because she texted him and said, listen, I want you to be happy, but at the same time, us doing things like this is confusing me. And he had texted, it's just because we just stuck together. And she was like, yes, like I need to figure out what's your plan, what's your move. And when his plan was not dead set on his family, she let him go. Because when he was answering back in the messages, he was like, well, so and so and so and so. And she was like, do you want to go to marriage counseling? And he was like, oh, well, if that makes you better, if that would make you feel better. But he wasn't doing his part in trying to fix whatever he had broken.
So she realized it wasn't going to go nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah. And so she cut it off. So you see what I'm saying? She was still trying to salvage her marriage.
Well, that's good that she realized, like, at that point, even though, like, for a lot of us, be like, girl, why it took you that long? But I can understand wanting to fight for your marriage. I know a lot of us be like, oh, he cheated, that's it. But marriage is supposed to be something
serious.
Serious, like not something we play with, like at all. And so I get not just always just walking away because something occurred. Like it's okay if that's your stance, like, oh, you cheated, I'm good. But I can also understand people wanting to fight through that, like because they take marriage serious, a little bit more serious, like they willing to fight over bigger humps, like versus the smaller ones. So I definitely get that. I'm happy that once she realized, oh, you're not gonna put the effort in, like I'm gonna go ahead and keep it pushing. A lot of people can't do that.
But to be honest with you, I don't know why everybody's acting like they have such these moral high stand boundaries, because she's talking about a marriage. People fold so easily with their boyfriends. Your man cheats on you, and oh, he said sorry, he brought you flowers, and all of a sudden y'all hunching again, but y'all not really together. Then y'all break up and you fighting again. Like, please, let's not do that.
I'm sorry, Miss Summer. I just wanted to ask if, like, the moderator or whoever in your video can like unmute me from the comments. I didn't really want to be on the panel. I just was enjoying the conversation
Oh,
that
I
you guys
didn't know.
were
Don't
having.
mute nobody. I didn't know. I didn't
I
see
was just
nobody was
enjoying the
muted.
conversation, but like what I don't like is like this is like probably like my fourth live. Like when I get to like speak in my opinion or like how I feel about the situation. Now, granted, if we're gonna ask whose team I'm on, actually, I will say I'm team Akira. But what I'm not for is like the constant like bashing of just like a woman as if the man was not equally as guilty. Like I understand that sometimes us as females, like we hold our friends like on a higher pedestal than we would a man in any aspect. You know what I'm saying? But they took vows. Tim got up there in that pastor's face in front of families and friends, and he made the vow to love, cherish his wife, and not to step out on his marriage. But all I see about Timothy is that he got wide ass hips. I'm sorry if we can't cuss on here. I'm
Yeah,
so
don't
sorry.
cuss.
Yeah, my bad. But that's all I hear about him. And I'm just like, there's not enough hate for Tim. There's not enough hate for Tim. And I wish that there was just as much hate for Tim as there is for Brenay, because Brenay was she was dead wrong for going and, you know, being invited into her friend's house and misusing that opportunity or however you want to put it. I agree. Very, very shady. This is one of the main reasons why I really don't even have no female friends, because I don't ever want to be put in those type of predicaments. But, I just really, I don't like how people are traveling from different states. And this is happening 20 minutes away from me, mind y'all, because I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina. Durham County is right next door. So people are traveling cities, states to come sit in at this what's supposed to be a private court hearing. Yes, Akira came to the internet and was like, my man left me for this girl. You know what I'm saying? She was my friend, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like that's as far as this whole thing should have went. You know what I'm saying? The media coverage, there's no way that people in Jamaica and Europe should know what's going on in our black business. Because all of it makes us look like the stereotypes that they already talk about us for. And that's the only thing that I hate. Not necessarily that like she's getting hate. I really feel like she deserves it. But at the same time, I don't see enough hate
I will
for
say
Tim.
this is not really a Black American thing. Like I don't think anybody's actually looking at that, because being betrayed by a friend over a man, that's universal. Which is why even whitey TikTok people, Daily Mail, picking it up. So I don't. And I'm saying this as a Haitian woman. Like, no, even the Haitian community is very aware, because they're talking about it in Creole. At least one video I saw, and we're not looking at it like, oh, like, no, we're looking like, oh, this girl took my man. Like I'm going. You know what I mean? So that's something that's universal, no matter who it happens to. I will say, looking at it from the very beginning, I completely understand people took a flight, especially BG, like Black Goddess. I definitely understand why they took a flight, because but taking a flight or doing whatever you have to do to travel to see a case, that's normal. Like I know this is our first time seeing it, but that is normal, traveling to go sit in a case. Like,
Right,
that's
but
why we
murder
have
cases, rape
no,
cases.
sweetie, like cases
Don't
like
say
I'm sorry.
those things.
Yeah, you're right.
no, like
I'm my
I
bad.
get
My
it
bad.
in big cases like this too, but this is also a phenomenon, because the kind of case that it is, it's not something that you can even try in every single state. This is something that is rare, to be able to sue the woman that betrayed you. So that is something that is very, very rare. So it's going to attract attention.
My question is, why are we so invested in the outcome of this? Like, is it? No, I just really want to know, like, why is it that?
Hold on,
Because I
Taya.
seen
Hold that.
somebody in the comments say that
Hold on,
I'm glad people
Amira.
that are going. Okay.
Hold on, because we got a new guest. I want her, before you ask another question, I wanted to see what Tay had to say. Hey, Tay.
Okay.
Oh, and Amira, I was trying to figure out how to unmute you, but I can't figure out how to do it.
Oh, I don't
know. I'm gonna work on it in the background, but I was trying to figure out. Please don't mute nobody. Don't block nobody. Only if like they being super disrespectful. I welcome difference of opinions, different views. We can agree to disagree. Everybody does not have to have the same viewpoint, and don't heckle people. Don't heckle people. Let them have their opinion.
Thank you.
Taya, I think, is it Tay?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Find yourself.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to say hi to all the ladies and just let y'all know I love to have like different dialogues too, you know, different conversations without belittling the next person because we can agree to disagree. You know what I'm saying? But just to kind of piggyback off of Amira, I feel like I look at things a different way. So Akira, because this case been going on, she really hasn't been able to voice, you know, she hasn't been able to speak, you know what I'm saying, because of this case. I feel like the ones who did fly out there to sit in the courtroom, you know, I feel like they all went down there and I feel like they did a good job by just being the neutral people, like just sitting in, you know, taking getting content and then bringing it back to, you know, the viewers for them to, you know, what happened. I feel like the people that lives there, that's 20 minutes away, 5 minutes, 10 minutes away, I feel like they've been kind of making this situation a little bit messy and negatively by following that girl, putting the camera all up on it, like stuff like that. I don't agree with that at all. You know what I'm saying? I am a Christ believer, so I do be having to ask God for forgiveness because some of my thoughts be like, you know what I'm saying? I would have tore her up. That's just my opinion. I would have took it a whole different route than the way she took it, you know? And I feel like the end results, because I know she was saying something like, what is people's end results?
I'm not able to comment still. Sorry, they asked me a question.
Oh, you can't comment. Go ahead. Sorry, Tay.
And yeah, like what the comments is saying, they want to pretty much be a voice for her. Like, I do feel like Black Goddess, Akira, she do like her. I feel like that's one of the few that she actually is okay with her coming down there and stuff like that. I feel like the end results is if she would have fought the girl, like some of us feel, we all would have fought her, beat her up, did that. She actually could have caught a case and this would have looked different for her. You know what I'm saying? But she took it to sue her, and the end results is, you know what I'm saying, we hopefully that she get justice for this. And even with the case that she has next month to get justice for, she shouldn't be able to get on the internet and antagonize that girl. She shouldn't be able to do some of the stuff that she did, bringing this stuff to the internet. She brought this to the internet. The people that's, you know, talking about it, they would have never had a story had she not brought this to the internet. So that's kind of really all I wanted to say.
From what I was hearing, that it was Akira, you know, to come online and say why Brenay and Devin were no longer together.
That is completely
That's not
false.
true.
Hold on, y'all. If we got some new people on the panel, let me give them a chance to add their input, and then we'll go back around.
Okay, no problem.
Archive, I think, was next.
Yes, hello, darlings.
How you doing?
So this case is really taking me out because, like, for me, I always think first of the children, okay? So the truth is, like, Akira has these kids, and she gotta protect them, and I haven't been, like, listening and watching every single piece of information, but what I did learn is that there was some anxiety on the part of Akira's mom about Brenay and Tim trying to take her kids, and they moved like an hour and a half away, and she didn't have this car, and if they weren't able to come get the kids, you know, that would have looked bad on her, all this type of stuff. So, like, there is the relationship between Akira and Tim, Brenay, Devin, all that kind of stuff, but then there is the kids. And at the end of the day, Akira got to protect the kids. And we've been seeing that Tim never contributed anything. So this entire time, I'm pretty sure Akira's mom said that she's been maxing out all her credit cards, all that kind of stuff. So y'all seen it. So my thing is, like, first of all, the whole case itself is just getting sensationalized. And I do think it's important to continue thinking about, like, the privacy of the family and the kids, but at the same time, it's a piece of media and it's relevant because we can see in Brenay flaunting online cheating this whole time, which is crazy. But yo, I really do feel like at this point it's pretty obvious what's going on. It's wild that it's getting like she can sue for it. I don't know exactly which all your stances are on it and stuff like that, but I just hope to see that the kids are taken care of and Tim can stop mooching off of everybody. Like, let him suffer a little too.
Yeah. I have a question that I want everybody to answer. What do you feel like is a good timeline to like pop out with an individual? Even, okay, so let's just say, you know what I mean, how you got your man is in a mess. You know what I'm saying? You just found out, I guess you're the side chick. You popped out. You won. You got him. You know what I'm saying? What do you feel like is a good time frame to post that you're with another person, even though it might be controversial to someone else?
I'm sorry. Hold that.
I'll say this.
Do me a favor, y'all. Put a pin in that question because we got other people. I want them to answer the prompt, and then we'll come back to because it kind of takes us off the. I know it's up. You tying it in. I know where you going with it. But let me get the people that just came up.
Big B.
I think Ted was next.
No, Big B.
Oh, Big B was next, and then Ted, and then Fran. You don't got a name, but the one with the heart, you last, unfortunately. So give me a minute. I'm gonna get to you. Go ahead, Big B. You got the mic. Why my keypad won't come off?
I think that Akira did the right. Hold on, am I echoing?
Yeah.
You sound far away.
I don't know why.
You muffled.
Okay, am I still echoing?
Not too bad, but go ahead.
Yeah, I might do it, but I was basically gonna say like, I don't know. I hate this echo. Wait, let me drop down and come back up.
Okay.
All right. Dang, why my keypad won't go off my screen? It's pissing me off.
Ted.
Hey, so yeah, just to answer the prompt, me personally, I'm Team Brenay. And I know a lot of people gonna be like, why? I'm gonna say why, because when it first started off, like I wasn't Team Brenay. Like I didn't become Team Brenay until like after the shit really hit the fan, and then like everything, like the court trials and everything, like the social media post and everything, like it really made me feel for her, because it's just like, okay, like I mean, like I understand like the backlash and all of that, because she was trifling, of course, but I just think that people are taking this situation like to a whole different standpoint. Like everybody hollering like justice for Akira, but like where's this same energy for like innocent life? I mean, I'm not saying y'all don't have it, but like it's just like I don't think this situation is as serious as people are making it out to be. It's just like people do this stuff on a regular, but it's just never brought to the forefront. Like it's just done behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I just don't agree with the antagonizing, the bullying, like the constant picking and, you know, talking about this girl's body and stuff like that. Like it's just weird to me. Like, I don't know. But that's my opinion.
Heart.
So I was never a supporter of neither. Like I never like got on TikTok and was invested in Akira or Brenay. I really started seeing it like when people were like talking about it, like it was just random people bringing it up, like T pages, because I always like used to watch T pages, so T pages was posted. But I never was like a supporter of neither. Like I never was really invested in their lives to see it. So when I did see it, it was really clips of Brenay online talking about like basically everything that was going on. Like she was talking about how Devin was coming online, bashing her name, and how he wasn't defending her. Then she was also talking about Akira. Mind you, if y'all go look up Brenay or anything about her life, there'll be plenty of videos of her talking about this situation before they got a divorce. Now, mind you, I was never invested, and I'm telling you, I was never invested in her. Like I really didn't care. That's all I kept seeing. So now that I'm like, hold on, because I never when she kept saying like I didn't do this, I didn't do that, or like when Devin was coming online saying she was doing this, she was doing that. This is the internet. Anybody can say anything on the internet. Don't mind. I'm in the bathroom, so it might sound like a little bit of echo, but anybody can say anything on the internet. So I'm not like really invested in anything they're saying, because y'all could be lying. Like everybody come on here and lie. And just like everybody seeing different sides of the story, I seen a different side too. So I wasn't just gonna go based off of what I seen until the court documents came out and they showed that video. When they started showing proof, mind you, I did not care at all. This past week, this is when I actually started to believe what was
Right.
going on, because this is the internet. Like any AI and everything, all these new technologies, I'm not believing none of that. So when I seen the court documents, when I seen
Yes.
legal act, this is legal. You can go to jail. If you forge some documents, you're going to jail, you're going to prison. Under there. They ain't putting you up, they putting you under there. So when I seen that, I was like, yeah, I'm not believing none off the internet. That lady did what she did to them kids. And only reason I even care is because those are children.
Exactly.
Like those children, many children unalive themselves because of situations like this. Many children go through mental health valuations because of situations like this. Don't be mad at her because she's Team Brenay, because she's not like y'all on here just watching. If I just explain to y'all, I never cared. I never cared about it. I seen it. I heard it, but until the court documents came out, when it was people flying out there, y'all talking about wasting their money, when they showed me that, I felt sorry. Because I'm like, bro, this is somebody, this is a human. She had kids, she almost died having this man children. Y'all don't understand the feeling of that when you're in that hospital and you're birthing out somebody that's your significant other that you love. And they turn, Tim was doing this for years. Years. Any black woman, if a man cheat, over with, you done with. But he was doing this for years to
Wait a
her
minute.
before she got pregnant. So we don't really know the truth or anything that's going on behind it. All we can do is just say we support somebody. But for y'all to come on here and say y'all don't know why people are doing this, y'all don't know why people are doing that. Y'all need to think about them children. That's all I'm gonna say. Think about them kids. Instead of y'all keep trying to argue about if Brenay right or if Akira right, what about them kids? What about them babies? How them babies feeling?
Right, but as the source, as we know now, I'm not gonna lie to you. Even with what we've heard in this past case, the only new piece of evidence that we did not know before was that they were sleeping together early last year in the wipes with the baby and in
Yes.
the financial aspect of Akira's mom. Wait,
Do y'all think that
wait, hold on,
information
hold on, and wait, hold on, and the
Hold on.
financial.
Don't cut off. Don't
Hold
cut.
on, hold
Wait,
on.
wait. Everybody, hold on. Please let people finish their statements and then we can respond. We're not going to be able to have a dialogue if everybody's cutting everybody off. And I honestly don't want to end this live, but my screen is frozen. So I can't see the request or the comments or nothing. So if I end this live, can y'all come back, please, so I can refresh it? I
Yeah,
can't
hold
figure out how
on.
to. I can't figure out how to get it off no other way.
I
But
got
that
you.
baby rights thing, I feel like that's too like censored. I feel like we need to stop saying that because imagine what the kids saw going in. You know, break when they don't have no filter, so you don't know if she was half naked or what.
No, I'm just saying it for the purpose of like the respectful of like appropriate live. Like we all know what it means, but um, but
Bro, that's
my hold on, hold on. But my thing is simply that this is not just a cheating case. Like this is so much more than a regular schmegular cheating case.
that part.
Hold on, because my thing is,
It's
wait, hold
over.
So
on,
yeah,
hold
all
on.
right, y'all. I'm going to end the live and I'm going to come back because I can't mute people. I can't do nothing right now. So and I
Okay,
want to be able to control the panel. So I'm going to
hold on,
end
I'm
and I'm going to
following
come right back. Oh wait, I'm back.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I thought I was going to have to end it. I'm back. Sorry, y'all. I'm still learning TikTok.
Oh
You
God,
able to mute us?
Yeah, I'm able to see everything again now. I don't know why it was frozen. It wasn't letting me do nothing.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, let me add the people back. Hold on. And please, I'm gonna put a timer up because on the
Facts.
screen, if you look up to your top
you. I'm
corner, you'll
happy
see
you were
like a
able to like
countdown.
keep it.
You'll see a countdown. So once the countdown is done, we'll go to the next person. We can't have a conversation if people talk over each other. You have to let them land their plane, okay? Who
Yeah.
was talking before I left? Are they back up here?
So yeah, I was just simply saying that with this whole situation, like as far as the new evidence is coming in, nothing's really new. Most of the stuff everybody kind of was already on social media. The video was definitely talked about at least last year. So that video was something that was talked about first because that's something that even whatchamacallit had brought up to the forefront because she had apologized for it after one of the children's basketball, games. I will say that connection to the children is their main source and supply of their welfare, and that is their mother, because $90 can't do anything for children, let alone one child, let alone an adult or even an infant. You know what I mean? So knowing that only one parent gave $90, let's if we're looking at who's been footing the bill, it's been literally Akira and her mother. So with that being said, Akira cannot pour from an empty cup, so she has to be the main source. I will say Akira has never come online to do anything publicly. The only person who's genuinely led this whole thing is Brenay, unfortunately. The thing about Brenay being a bully or being on Brenay's side, it's very hard to be on Brenay's side because anything that she's gotten so far has only been a direct retaliation or a mimicking of what she's given to Akira. Akira was a very private person. She was not a TikToker. She was not anything. The only thing she's ever thrown is some subtle shade, and she never mentions any names, so indirect stuff. I will say that when it comes down to Brenay knows exactly what she's done. I've watched her create this monster for herself. Exactly. No one has led this thing beyond her. If she wanted to end this, she could have ended this a long time ago. This is not, and I'm going to say this is the one thing that everybody's getting really confused. This is not a cheating case alone. This girl, even after this case and this verdict comes through, she still has another case to answer for it with Akira in December. This girl not only terrorized her husband or, to terrorize her relationship, but she took everything away from this girl. Everything. Touched her grandmother, her kids, her finances, and her mother's finances. I'm going to say that.
Yes.
Ted, welcome to the panel. Did you have something did you want to answer the prompt and add something to the conversation?
Who, me?
Yes.
Oh, I already answered. I said I was on Brenay's side.
Oh. Did you have... I must have missed it. I didn't even know you talked.
I think Lex is new.
Yeah.
No, Lex
did Divas World talk?
Wait, Big B is new because remember she had to drop and come back up. Lex and then Diva.
Divas World is new and Lex is new.
Yes.
And Big B.
Huh?
Remember, Big B never spoke.
Basically, when it comes to like what team I'm on, when it comes to Brenay and Akira, it's always gonna be Akira. Now Akira is considered like she may seem weak to like other people and stuff like that because she didn't put hands on Brenay or she didn't, do Tim the worst way, this, that, the third. But I feel like Brenay antagonized Akira. Like she wanted to use her following to like pressure this man out of his wife's life or like pressure Akira. So instead of her following pressuring Akira or attacking Akira and Devin the way she thought they was and praising her for, what happened, they started to attack her and they took it to the, extreme of attacking her, which I think is okay because literally they just left court and Akira was like something about Tim never washed her car or something, and like right after they left court, Brenay posted Tim washing her car. Like she's doing anything to try to use her following to like peer pressure this woman or shut her up or make her feel like she got some type of power because she's known on social media. Even if she is known in the bad light, Brenay do not care about cameras being in her face. Brenay do not care about everybody telling her she's nasty or she's a dog or nothing. As long as Tim is laying next to her, and like she said in that video, giving her that thick shalom that she loves so much in that woman's living room, she don't care about anything else. She'll risk her own life. She'll give him all her finances as long as he keep giving her this thick shalom. So as long as Brenay have that mindset, she is going to get attacked. She is going to get what she deserves. And I feel like the more she antagonizes Akira, the more her followers, because mind you, all these people that are attacking her are people who know her and follow her before when she was happily married to Devin. So therefore her followers are the ones attacking her. Her followers, the people who put money into her breast reduction and stuff trying to help her life, they're the ones flying out there recording her face.
Mentioning that.
she played in everybody's face. Like everybody who tried to help her, she played in their face. So they have a right to take it to the extreme with her. Mind you, the disgusting thing she did is force those kids to call her mom, go to their school and try to take them out, pushing Akira grandma to my Tim want her there, sleeping with Tim in this lady house, sleeping with Tim in her house when Devin was paying all the bills, not her. And then on top of that, Tim said Korean vagina was better than Akira and Brenay, and they said that in court. So therefore, all over, she even would get rid of her whole family for this man. Like it's nothing she wouldn't do for this man. So therefore, I could never feel bad for her. But at the same time, I don't think that it's like fully her blame because I feel like Akira and Devin did know, but I could never just be Team Brenay. Like she's just a disgusting Jezebel.
Thank you for your input. Divas World, you up next.
Yes. Good evening, everybody. So my take on that is I am Team Akira and Devin. And the reason why is you have a woman that came in that you befriended. And when you look at everything, you look at how she befriended this woman and was very calculated. You knew your twin slept with him. And Tim was playing both sides of the world, right? As a married woman, you know, Akira even said it to herself. You couldn't tell her anything about Tim. Tim could come and do whatever. If he told her the sky was green, she was going to believe him because that's how she was raised. I know someone had mentioned about um, the suit, right? It's financial. Akira is stating, I need money to take care of my kids. My kids, my daughter, my son. My son is on medication now. My daughter is acting out because Tim is not even there because he wants to be so famous and they don't care about how they're getting famous. And when you look at the court documents in black and white and you look at her sitting in court being so smug, so nonchalant, like she don't care. Like the other, like I think it's Big, was it Big? Said, you know, they don't care about how they're getting it. She don't care if people have cameras in their faces. Now, I do agree people shouldn't go run up on them and things like that. However, but when you keep antagonizing someone, they're gonna break. And I don't, and I've heard people say, you know, Devin and Akira were weak, they knew. People also have to remember they're 20 something years old. Devin just got with Brenay. She the one that, you know, brought him into his manhood. And probably the same thing with Tim. So they were naive. They believed anything that their partner said. And I say they did it the right way because we could say what we would do and pop off and things that happen. Now, how if they had popped off and those things that happened, they killed Brenay, they killed, oh, excuse me, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Something happened to either one of them and they sitting in jail. And Tim and Brenay still out here enjoying their lives. I think hitting them in their pocket, bringing out the public shame on them is where it needs to be. And she needs a lesson. She still is only 26. We've all done things we are not, you know, proud of, but their families need to take accountability. Brenay needs to take accountability and Tim needs to take accountability because as a father, you brought two children in this world. It is in court documents. He tried to get Akira pregnant again. He's very narcissistic. You see that he's playing both sides of the fence. He wanted his cake and eat it too. He wanted them twins. He wanted Akira and he thought he could run her. And now that she's finding the strength to speak up for herself, it's a problem. And now he mad because he knows now he can't go back. So he got to stay here because he need this woman to take care of him.
Yep. Thank you for your input. Lex, you next. Taya, you are after Lex.
Hey y'all, I'm Team Akira. So I kind of resonate with Akira a little bit. Like, I just with me being married and young, I just couldn't fathom that I brought somebody that was also married, and we're thinking that we're doing a couple thing. Like, this is my married friend, my cousin's wife, and you sneak behind my back. You're in my face every day. My kids are calling you auntie, and you're plotting to take my husband away from me and do things to it's sick. It's very, very sick. And then even Tim getting on the stand and saying that he's never loved his wife, that is so gut wrenching. Even if Akira, like, I know they're going through this, but just to hear that from your husband at one point saying that he never loved you. He was just in a relationship for beneficial reasons, just for you to pay for him to go through college. That still hurts. And Brenay is just sitting around, walking and waddling around like she doesn't care. She's still that girl. He picked me. I'm here. And every little thing that Akira says that she wants to do or try to do, you go do it. You went and changed your hair from being black to the same hair color that this girl has. You are obsessed with the girl. I don't know if I had seen somewhere that they said that they went to the same high school and they were always jealous of Akira, like the twins were always jealous of her. I don't know how true that is, but
Yes, it's true.
Yes.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but sitting up in this girl's face every day, going on date nights, playing Uno and playing spades, and you're sleeping with my husband behind my back. Akira is very strong because there's not a lot of women that would let that slide and just
Right.
do it the correct way that Akira is doing. Because I would have been in jail by now, and I would have smiled in my mugshot because you playing with me in my face. It's so
Mm-hmm.
disrespectful, and you're steady. You still picking with her, even when Tim walked by Devin, like they said he walked by Devin saying, "Oh, BAN," like
Mm-hmm.
you're still, and then bringing a gun into a pew pew into the courtroom, like y'all are still doing things to try to scare these people to not doing what they're supposed to do the correct way, and then I just it baffles me because I am in the military and I see this all the time, and it just irks me so much that you will allow a woman to play in your wife's face like that. That's just all I have to say.
Thank you for your input, Lex. Taya, you up next.
Okay, so like I said earlier, I'm on Brenay's side, and the reason why I'm on her side is because, like, I
No,
just feel like
Hold
Tay,
on, wait,
not
not
Tay.
Taya.
oh,
Tay. Sorry.
my bad.
Go
Actually,
ahead, Tay.
let her talk. I want to come back off of her. Let her talk.
Okay, go ahead, Ted. That's why I said your name earlier. You told me you had spoke already.
Yeah.
Go
Okay.
ahead, Ted.
But yeah, I was saying I'm on Brenay's side, and the reason why I'm on her side is because when it comes to Akira and Tim's marriage, I just feel like the marriage it was already falling apart. Like if they was having issues or if they was so called separated, then why is Brenay having to really take the blame for something that was kind of already broken in a way? Also, why are we just acting like Akira is a saint? This girl has got on the internet and like has clowned Brenay. She didn't do it publicly or like straightforward, but she did like little throw little like subliminal slugs and stuff out there. Devin the same way. Like Devin has made multiple videos about Brenay, but we're just gonna ignore that.
No,
Also,
I don't think
Hold on,
anyone's
wait.
ignoring that.
Hold on, wait, speak. So Ted, because you asked him multiple questions. So let us answer your first let
okay,
us
okay,
answer the first question. The first one you asked was they were already separated, so or something like that, right?
yes.
Okay, did anybody want to respond to that?
Please let me,
Go
please.
ahead.
Okay, one, they were never already separated. They have had issues with infidelity before, yes, but they were never already separated. They separated once the situation happened. That's number one. Number two, when it comes down to Brenay or when it comes down to Akira, someone's echoing. But when it comes down to whether Akira is a saint or not, no one's worried about if Akira is a saint because if you're going to be shady towards someone, the decency you can do is be private about it or be indirect about it because that you can't control whether someone says something bad about you. But after everything that Brenay has done to that girl, throwing subliminal shade is the least that is the least Akira could do. You unbraided my child's hair when I sent her to your home braided because she went to go see her dad because they all live together. You come online and expose my whole face, my whole life, my whole family, and now everybody thinks that like they could just come into my life and you know be in my business and come off at my Facebook page and whatever. You got my mother maxing out her credit card because she has to support me because you took the only sense of support that I had, which was my husband. You are antagonizing me every chance you get, calling me a baby mama, disrespecting me, having my kids call you mommy, showing videos with you and my kids as if you're their mom now because you're their stepmom because me and their dad are still married. You done put your hands on my grandmother. You done slept with my man in my home while I was asleep. And you think I can't throw some subliminal shade or body shame you? And even me as a BBW, that's the least I would have done to Brenay.
Anybody else wanted to answer her
Can
question?
I
Oh
ask?
wait, hold on,
Can I
wait.
ask
I don't know what to
something?
call you. Is it heart?
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
you could just say heart, or
I'm
if
so
you click
sorry.
on it, you just call me Jasmine. But
Sorry, can I just say this? And then you asked my son to bring you wipes so you could finish wiping my husband's cum off yourself? Are you dumb? Please.
oh,
Thank you. Go ahead,
but
heart.
no, let me say this because that's after the court case. Ted, this all happened because everything like this is going on. This whole court case is going on because Akira found videos of Brenay in her husband's computer while trying to file taxes for their family. They were still married. They still had their whole life together before she found those videos. Once she found those videos is when she filed for the the court
The
case, because she could
separation.
not
Yeah.
have none of that before that court case. So in order for her to want to separate that man, she had to find those videos. I don't care if they was arguing beforehand or wherever the case may be. The only reason Brenay has to pay that money is because she found those videos. She would have never found those videos. She recorded those videos on his phone.
And mind
That's all
you,
I'm saying.
the only reason why
Those videos
Brenay
were
was
recorded on
sleeping,
his phone.
Okay, hold on.
the only reason why Brenay was even at Akira and Tim's house because she lied and said that Devin was putting his hands on her and they
Mm-hmm.
felt sorry, so they allowed her to stay at their home. So Tim and Brenay were on that and saying, "Okay, I'm gonna let Akira know this." Akira said multiple times that she was not comfortable with Brenay being there because anytime that her Akira and Tim were having like an intimate like cuddling on the couch, Brenay would insert herself and try to basically get in between them or say, "Hey, I need help doing this." Every single time, that's when Akira antennas went off, and she kept saying, "I'm uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable."
Hold on before anybody else talk. Ted, do you understand? Did you understand what they were saying to you about the whole infidelity thing?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, so in the for future reference, when someone asks a question like Ted did, I'm going to give everybody will have a chance to respond. That wants to respond, it'll be a 1 minute timer above your head. I can't remember because you were saying that I had stopped you because you were asking multiple questions at once. I can't remember what else you said after the infidelity part. Diva, did you want to add to that? I'm
I
sorry.
did want to add to
Go
it.
ahead.
So, Ted, I mean, I can understand, where you're coming from. However, with Brene, even with and like I was saying, I am married. They were not formally separated. And Tim was playing both sides of the fence. He kept telling his wife that he wanted to be with her and to fix things. And that's what she was thinking. And I believe that's why they were still being intimate as long as they were. You know, Renee was calculated. Renee knew, as Akira said, it was finances because she tried to claim that her and Akira weren't friends. They didn't hang out. They didn't, there was nothing. But Akira even said, I considered her my sister. She said she was confiding, like we all have girlfriends, right? Or people that are close to us that we confide certain things. She was confiding things into Brenay that Brenay was using against. And because Tim is so weak, Brenay is like, I'm gonna give you the world. I can give you everything that this woman can't give you. Even though Akira was working 2 jobs, putting him through school, had his babies, almost died, did everything, she was able to flip it. And he's so weak-minded, he's like, okay, Brenay, a TikTok star, she's this, she's that. So I can go over here and get this money and, do what I'm gonna do. And now he's sitting there talking about he didn't care about Akira, he didn't love Akira, he didn't do all that because now he got to save face because he ain't got nowhere else to go.
And
Right.
miscarried. Don't forget that part.
I'm sorry, what was that?
And miscarried.
Oh yeah, and she
Oh yeah.
miscarried. So he was playing, and I
I don't want to
hate to
cut you off,
see it.
Diva.
Oh, sorry.
But
Go
the
ahead.
rebuttal is only a minute long, so that
Oh,
everybody
sorry.
else can get a chance to talk.
Okay.
Just hold your thought, and you can add to it when we come back to you. Ted, did you have something?
Okay.
Because
Sorry
she
about
never
that.
got to finish her initial questions. So Ted, did you have another? Can you ask the other questions? Because you were saying a lot, so I can't remember what the other one was.
I mean, I guess I was like trying to make the point that like Well, I guess y'all already addressed the question that I had. So I guess another question that I have is like, if Tim made the choice, like, why is Brenay the one getting like having to take all the accountability? Like, Brenay didn't force him to cheat or leave; he chose to do that. So it's like, people can say stuff online, but like, it really has to be proven. Like somebody on here said earlier.
Yeah, so Akira's not really an online type of girl. She really don't do that internet stuff.
Can I
So
say this? Can
with
I
the
say this?
alienation of an affection case, you can sue the other person who helped your man cheat or whatever. That's fine.
You gonna go
But you
next,
really gotta
Jasmine.
prove intent, and you
I'm
gotta
saying
prove
she's
you
talking
gotta
about
prove
the
like a
online. She's not talking about the court. She's talking about how everybody coming online bashing her. Renee brought this online. You TikTok
wait, hold
literally
on.
just
So
Hold
released their
on.
Hold
Instagram.
on,
hold
Jasmine.
on.
Wait.
Hold on.
Hold
So
on, y'all. Wait. Speak to. Hold on. Ask your question one more time, Ted. And I was going to let Jasmine go next because she had wanted to go, but I had stopped it already. So Jasmine, I'm gonna let her respond to Ted next, and then speak. You could go. Can you say your question one more time about Tim?
Okay, I was saying, why is Brenay having to take all of the accountability if Tim made the choice to cheat or leave?
Mm-hmm. Jasmine.
So it's not about accountability because at the end of the day,
We
everybody
can't hear
has
you.
to
You
do their
sound
own.
real far away, like muffled.
Okay, my bad. I was like, it's not about accountability. Renee brought this to the internet. Mind you, nobody knew that she divorced Devon. Nobody knew that Kim was mistreating Tim. Nobody knew none of this until she came on the internet and put this on people. You have to realize everybody else is obligated to their own opinion, obligated to their own. Once you learn how to use your 2 feet, your 2 arms, and your mouth and talk and comprehend right from wrong, you're obligated to do anything you want to. So you can't necessarily come on here and try to tell people not to do what they want to do because she put this on a worldwide app. She had over 5 million followers on one platform just based off what she was doing online. So once you expose yourself to that many people, there's no possibility of getting out of that. You have to realize this is the internet. This is a worldwide platform, like you said, or somebody on here said people in Jamaica are doing this. You cannot tell nobody what else to do. You can't. You physically can't. Everybody up here is just agreeing and talking about what she did, but you can't come up here and tell them that they can't say this or they can't do that because they're obligated to do that. Everybody has their own choice. They are obligated. It's on them. That's what they want to do. But you were saying you don't understand why everybody is not giving Tim the backlash. Mind you, she's the one who brought it on here. She's the one who did all of this. Tim's still getting backlash too. It's just not how much you want it to be. But this first of all, this whole thing says Brenay versus Akira. This doesn't say Tim and Brenay versus Akira. You have to, I don't know. You have to go off context too. Read the room.
Thank you for your.
I'm gonna
Summer,
say
can I
that.
answer that? Oh, go ahead.
Hold on. Who was
Wait,
that?
That was Diva, but I think Speakeasy was
Go
going.
ahead, speak. I'm setting a 1 minute timer,
okay.
and then you
I,
next,
I'm gonna
Diva.
say this. Heart or Jasmine is not. I love the passion, because Ted, I don't know what your line of. Okay, so like, oh, it's confusing me because I'm not seeing what you're not getting.
Nice. Find it and be nice.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this. When it comes down to the reason why Brenay is not getting as much hate as Tim is because Tim knows how to play it. Tim is not online antagonizing folks. Tim is leaving Akira alone. As in, Brenay has backlash that is warranted because she's not only fighting this case, she has a case to answer for that she got arrested for antagonizing the girl. The reason why she's getting hate is because not only do you take the girl man, but you're attacking every single sector of her life. Nothing is every single sector of Akira's life has Brenay's stamp on it. And they're trying to figure out why you have the man already and you keep pushing her. You're going to push her to the point of wanting to off you. Leave her alone.
And also, Tim, he still wants Akira. He still likes Akira. Like, he still is infatuated with Akira. That's
I'm not
why he
anybody off,
sending.
but
Hold on. That's why he's sending Brenay manicures of what Akira has and say, "Oh, make sure you get this manicure. Make sure you get your feet done like this." That's why Brenay keeps going online trying to see what Akira's doing. antagonizing her. Every little thing that she can do to piss her off, she's gonna try to do it and make her say something because Brenay, she's calculated. She was trying to make it so that Akira was not gonna be able to make this lawsuit or do this lawsuit so she can crash out like most of us would have crashed out. And it would have just got thrown out. And they could say, look, she's unstable. She's unstable. No, you just keep messing with this girl. Leave her alone.
Right. Diva or Archive, did you have something you wanted to add? I seen you, Shay.
Okay. Archive, do you want to go first? Okay, I can go. So, Ted, I think I'm looking at your question differently because you're asking why Akira is suing, Brenay, right? For money. Is that correct? And not Tim? Is that what I'm understanding?
No, that's not necessarily what I meant. I was saying like, why is Brenay the only one receiving the criticism?
Oh, the criticism. Okay. So, okay. I heard it differently. So, I think just like everyone on the panel says, Brene is receiving the criticism because she claims that she didn't bring it to the internet. But if you go back and look, like I've been watching Black Goddess, like she's been following this for a year. And I went back and kind of did my research and was looking at Brene's, stories, her Instagrams, her Snapchat. She brought it. She was very condescending about what me and Devin are getting divorced, and you gonna start seeing other people. So she started bringing it in, into our world for everybody to see. And she is so nasty. She doesn't take accountability. She feels that she can speak and talk to anybody any type of way. But I don't really think that she even cares that she's getting this backlash because what she wanted, she is still in that 16-year-old girl mentality. She wanted Tim by any means necessary. Because if it had not been brought to the internet by Brenay, I think it would have been a different outcome for Akira. I don't think she would have had support, as other people on the panel has said. She's not on Instagram. She's not on TikTok. She's not on any of those things. And even her therapist had told her, get off. Because she was on there for a while, right? She would throw her shade. Even Devin was showing a little shade. But the last few weeks, Devin has been throwing major shade to people.
I'm gonna go to Shay. Please do
Yeah.
me a favor, y'all, because I hate cutting y'all off. Please look above y'all head. It's always a
Oh, I
timer
didn't even
there.
see that. Oh,
Yes,
I'm
try to,
sorry.
because I hate, like, I be wanting y'all to, the lane y'all playing. I hate to cut y'all off, so try to be mindful. When it's a rebuttal, you only get a minute.
Okay.
Shay, you're
It's
up
okay.
next.
Host,
User, I got you.
host, can I just mention to Diva's point? This is
Hold
not the
on.
first
Speak.
time.
Hold on. Shay.
Okay.
Shanae. Is it Shanae?
Yes, it's Shanae.
Go ahead. You next.
Oh, I wanted to piggyback off of Ted what she said about she can't make Tim cheat on Brenay. Like I was pretty much in the comments saying like it was pretty much a financial problem that they was going through. So once he seen that Brenay had the money and stuff like that, it was more of a, oh yeah, let me go get that because we already struggling now. We having financial problems and like stuff. That's like what
Yeah,
I,
because she make 11K a month,
yeah,
supposedly.
that's what I had to say.
Thank you. Now speak. Go ahead.
Okay, I just wanted to mention this one little thing. To Diva's point, this is not the first time that Brenay has beefed over with somebody about Tim. This is now, I would say in total, it's been about 3 different times. The first time was with her sister, and we can go back to her Twitter when she was a young girl and she was arguing online and bashing her sister online about Tim. That was when she was a child. Then she did it again with Akira. The third time was with this girl that tried to do that Tim tried to schedule for a hair appointment. And she bashed that girl so bad, even though the girl had her own man and was pregnant by her man. And all she was a hairstylist. And Brenay attacked her about this man, allegedly. And that's from the lady's perspective, because she came online about it. So this girl's been willing to beef with anybody on the web, on the net, about Tim.
Ted, did you have another question? I know because we kind of your statement wasn't being talked all the way through. You got one more question you want to ask before I move on to the next person?
No, not for right now. Mm-mm.
Okay, user 2442. Welcome to live. What did you want to add to the dialogue?
Hi, how y'all doing? Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
How y'all doing, everybody on the panel? I just think that she didn't think things through. At the beginning, everything was hot. It was heavy. It was fun. I'm getting my lick back. I'm getting my revenge. But now, as the days wind down, she realized this is a lot. This is a lot to deal with, meaning Brenay. Being married, everybody go through their experiences. But it's not for us to say how because her marriage failed, this is what it would have been. You got to fight for it. In a relationship, you're going to have ups and downs. You're going to have broke days. You're going to have one person holding it down till the other person get it together. At the end of the day, for us women that are, strong mentally, emotionally, sometimes it takes a toll. Sometimes we got to pause. Sometimes we got to sit back and think. When you're not in the situation, it's easy to look from the outside in and say, oh, this is what I would do. Granted, you have that one homegirl. I'm with it. I'm with the stuff. You need me? I'm here to help you. But she took advantage from the jump. That was her plot. Okay, cool. I got to get this man. I'm going to do whatever it takes. I got to get close. I got to come in. I got to do whatever. She did what she did. Yes, Tim does deserve the backlash as well. And guess what? He's going to get it. It's going to come. The karma haven't even hit them yet. This is just the tip. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Remember, Devin's case is going to come up next. Now you got to go through this whole process all over again. It's going to take a mental toll on him as well. Her days are coming. What she did was wrong. She don't want to take accountability like everybody's been saying. She brought this to the internet. We would have never known had she had kept her mouth shut. At the end of the day, right is right, wrong is wrong. You put yourself in that woman's house. You did what you did. And as far as the children, it's sad because now when they grow up, they're going to look back and say, damn, my mother went through this and it shouldn't have been. People that have kids, as mothers, we're supposed to protect our kids. And to have another woman come in and try to basically take your role, oh, you're going to feel some type of way. The man above, which is God, he sees and hears everything. Her tears don't go unnoticed. And those same tears that Akira cried, trust and believe. She's crying. She's going to put on the front for social media. At the end of the day, people fake on this app. People fake in real life. They want their life to be something that is not. So guess what they do? Fake the funk. At the end of the day, she need to get herself together. She need to do a reality check. She need to get therapy. She need to get help. She need people that's around her say, listen, what you're doing is wrong. She don't have that. They just condone it because why? She's the one with the money. And when that money runs dry, guess what's going to happen? Everybody's going to scatter. Tim is going to move on to somebody else until he stops. So stop saying, oh, he had a choice and is not just, yeah, he had a choice and he made that choice. Guess what? These kids didn't ask to be here. Take care of your children. God
Archive, did you
don't
want to?
bless men
I'm sorry.
that don't take care of their children. And that's all I have to say. Y'all
Thank
have a good
you.
day.
You
Okay?
too.
Thank you.
You're
Archive, did
welcome.
you want to speak? I know you came back up. Did you have something you wanted to
Yeah,
add?
yeah. I think because when people talking about like, oh, Tim is not getting enough and stuff.
You
But
sound
reality,
muffled.
oh, hold on. Okay, does that sound better?
Talk again.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, you got like an echo or something. You on speakerphone or something?
No, I'm in my headphones.
Maybe it's your headphones.
Damn. Hold on, y'all.
Wait, try again. I think it was clear.
Is it clear now?
Yeah.
We can hear
Okay,
you.
okay, okay. Everyone's gonna get their karma. And nothing happens all at once. Everything unfolds over time. And as new information comes out and as people's perceptions grow, both with like more understanding, more knowledge, and then just like getting drawn out, people are going to get tired of this. The fame always dies out. Virality always dies out. And literally, you can already tell in the videos, like, Tim was never really in it for real with Brenay anyways. Like the thing that really gets me mad is hearing Akira's mom talk about how Tim fucking had nothing.
And when they were wanting to get married, they were like, well, you don't really have much going on. Like, why should we let you marry our daughter? And he had sworn up and down to them that, I would rather struggle with Akira for love with my best friend and then make it, I'm never going to let her down. I'm always going to be there for her, all that kind of stuff. That's why they even let him marry her in the first place. So trust and believe, like the things that Tim has done, he is going to suffer from it because what I feel like people are gonna always like quick to forget is like public or online stuff. People have all types of words and it don't really matter. But the truth is, like everybody who knows Tim, everybody who supported him, everybody who like had anything to do with him, after all this, they're gonna be done. And it's just gonna be Brenay and Tim, and then he's gonna get done with Brenay and leave and be all by himself, anyways. So I wouldn't even think too hard about like, is Tim getting a proper amount of backlash? No, he's gonna suffer in real life because we all know that men aren't really shit without a support system, anyways, especially with women. And so one day he's gonna be by himself, broke, with all this shit behind him. No woman's gonna want to touch him. And meanwhile, he's sad as hell all because he's with Brenay. So he's gonna get his shit.
Go ahead, Shay. You got the floor.
Oh, I would just wanted to, just say like after what he said to his wife on that stand, like that's a hurt piece to even deal with. Like first you tell her like, oh, you didn't even want to marry her, you bought the cheapest ring, like that was just like so disrespectful. And then like on top of that, like you to sit there and happen to go up against your ex-husband that's supposed to be on your side, but he's going up there against you with his mistress is crazy. Like,
True.
and
Sweetie
then
Pie is up next.
you talking about, oh, how you wanted to struggle with your best friend, but Renee knew you for 11 years, and you mean to tell me she didn't help you not one time with your financial problems that you've been going through, but now all of a sudden she decides that now that she's up in. Go ahead.
Go ahead, sweetie.
Oh.
Hold on. Speak. Sweetie Pie, welcome to the live. Do you have something you want to introduce to the conversation?
It's just for, and I've heard it a lot going around, that everybody is thinking that because Brenay slept with Tim, it's considered alienation of affection. The sexual part has nothing to do with it. You can cheat all day long, but that don't mean that it's an alienation of affection. The alienation of affection comes in when you maliciously take someone's affection away from their partner. So the cheating part has nothing to do with this lawsuit at all. It's only the part that she deliberately and manipulated the situation to where she got the love from Tim away from the love of Tim away from Akira. So that's a big part of it that I think a lot of people been doing law for like 20 years, paralegal. A lot of people not understanding that part. It's always the sex you hear, but that has nothing to do with it.
So let me ask a question. Speak. You could go next when I'm asked. Because to highlight that whole the alienation thing, like I understand it's not just the sex. To try to do like an example, would that be like a situation where Akira expressed she was in distress and needed him to support her, but instead of him supporting her, he fought for Brenay to be in a space? Could that be an example of that?
No, that's not an example of alienation of affection. So say that you had a husband or a boyfriend, and I came into the picture, and I convinced him that he shouldn't love you anymore, that he should love me, and I take that attention or the showing of love. Oh, so did you hear Akira said that he used to wash cars and he no longer wanted to wash cars? He used to hang out with her and the kids. He no longer wanted to be bothered with her and the kid. That's your affection being lost.
Okay.
So that's where the whole lawsuit come in, is because she cut off, because people cheat all day long, but you get back together with them. That's not alienation of affection, but it's literally taking that affection, that attention, and that love away from that other person. Brenay she used money as a manipulation. She used money as a manipulation, and it got him where he is now. Tim don't want to be where he is. Tim got to be where he is. He can't go back to Akira, and he knows that. So now he's going to do everything to make people think, oh, I don't care, and I didn't love her, and I did this, just so he don't look bad in front of Brenay.
Okay. Yep.
That's where that alienation of affection comes in. The
Got you.
care don't
Hopefully,
mean anything. The sex doesn't mean anything. Just simply he took the attention and the love away from her and her kids.
got you. Got you. Hopefully, everybody understood that. If we got
Yeah,
100
that's well
people in the
put.
chat, can we get the 12K text? Who was that wanted to talk next? Was that who that just came off? Diva or Speak? Diva?
Oh no, I was just agreeing the way that
Oh, okay.
she just put it. I was like, okay, that makes real
Right.
perfect
It made
sense.
real sense, right?
It
Cleared
made
it right
real
up.
sense, and it was real clear. And it's like, and you right, he don't have no other choices. And I even think with his family, and correct me, anybody on the panel or in the chat, like they were saying, like even members of his family are looking at him crazy,
Mm-hmm.
like because I think Brenay and Tim painted a
That is
picture,
true.
and now this picture is starting to show the cracks where they're like, they lied. You got us
Mm-hmm.
out here looking real stupid because it's not just affecting Brenay and Tim now, it's affecting his family. You know, because his grandfather and his father already feel some kind of way. Because and I wanted to know. Somebody said the grandfather was there, but he was sitting on Akira's side. Is that true?
Nobody has
I
said
don't
that.
know.
Like Black Goddess or any of the people that were there have
I'm not,
said
I
that.
did
I've
hear
heard
about it, but
that.
I'm not sure if he was there.
Oh, okay, okay.
Go ahead, Speak. What you say?
I said the people black.
Can y'all hear me? Oh,
I
go
hear you
ahead.
now. Yeah, I heard you. That's why I said go ahead. I heard you try to speak, but then it was like you stopped.
Okay, because the connection is bad. I don't know if you heard that, but it was like a big thunder. It's raining so bad in Florida. So I will say the sweetie was definitely right on the money with that one. I don't know about the grandfather being there because what I heard was that he wasn't able to make it, but I did hear also that somebody said he was there. But it is where he's made his thing. His father and his dad, his grandfather and his father have made it abundantly clear that they are not Team Brenay. Like
Mm.
they've made it abundantly clear that they are Team Akira. His grandfather even said, "I would on Facebook commenting on Akira's post. I would have, I love for you to keep my last name as your name. You will
I
always be a
seen that.
Montague, something along those lines." So it's very
Mm-hmm.
clear where she stands. He's genuinely just a money hungry gutter snipe, and he's just going to. He's a narcissist. I have brothers like him, so I know Tim's playbook. I know what he's doing, and even my own siblings can that are like that. I have a sibling that's like that. He couldn't call me right now. Like he could not do it. This man will stop to no ends of it. And you know what's so crazy? Even though we come at Brenay the way we do, which is why she deserves it or whatever, Tim is still the top head honcho in this whole thing because he's way more conniving than Brenay is. Brenay is still under his spell. While she's doing all this conniving stuff, she's still under his spell. That's just what it is. And on top of that, Sweetie is not lying or I mean not lying, but she definitely knows what she's talking about because in one video where Brenay was recording them in their house and Devin was there because they were all doing a couple's cooking thing. We see a moment of the affection being lost. You know how they say when your man's not interested in you when he starts being mean to you, that means he's being nice to somebody else. There's another woman who's kind of he's kind of not kinder to, so he's coming home and being really rude to his wife because he's wishing he's with the other woman. Y'all know that type of scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there's a video where Akira and is in the background cleaning something or in the room, and that's when Brenay is recording Tim and Devin's in the background doing something, and then that's when Brenay and this one you could kind of hear Akira's trying to catch on. Tim and Brenay were making plans to go somewhere after everybody's they done ate some food and they're trying to get cleaned up or whatever. And right, so that's when Akira goes, "Where y'all going after this?" Because she's like, "Where y'all going? Like y'all two going? Y'all, I didn't know about no plans." And that's when Brenay and Tim starts talking to her like she's a child and demeans her and says, worry about what's going on in there, da da da. And that's when Brenay goes, see y'all, they arguing or whatever. And she's kind of delighted. You can see it on her face. She's kind of delighted in that. And that is the level of affection. Like, you're up here recording and causing issues for arguments because this man is now planning on leaving wherever he's about to go with you, and his wife is not even tagging along, nor your husband. There was times where all of them were on an apartment and Akira was at work doing something, and then Brenay and Tim said we need some an ingredient to cook something, and Devin was like, okay, I'll tag along, and Brenay would get upset, or she would say to him, okay, well, you're not going to be in the video. You're plotting and scheming and basically giving this man another route to make money and say, hey, come to the winning side. And then, and I honestly think that Brenay might be plotting to file bankruptcy because you just bought a home and a new car, two things that you can't necessarily buy when you're in bankruptcy. But if you want to buy them now and then file bankruptcy when Akira comes trying to get her money,
Can I speak on that right quick? You can file bankruptcy all day long, but the lawsuit
yes.
that Akira has,
Right.
even if she file bankruptcy, she still has to pay Akira.
Yeah, it's not going to affect it.
Cannot get out of that. You can't put that type of judgment in your bankruptcy.
Hey,
So yeah, she'll get paid regardless.
it's just slow, so you know she's gonna do that anyway.
That's like an example would be like if anybody followed the Cardi B
Yeah, but
Tasha
I'm just
K
saying
thing.
because you know how the situation with Tasha K happened. I know she's gonna
Yeah,
get her money
she still
regardless,
has to pay.
but Brenay,
Here
yeah,
you go.
because that's what I'm saying. I know she'll still have to pay. It's just that Brenay's that kind of slow that she's thinking, why would you? What other reason would you have to go out and buy a house and a car out of nowhere
But
if you got to
it
prove to these
hasn't
folks
been
that you ain't got no
confirmed
money?
that she actually bought that house. I know people saying that, but it hasn't been confirmed that she purchased that house.
She's in a house though.
Lease. It was just a lease.
Yeah, but they can't take something that's not hers, is what I'm
But my thing
saying.
is she's in a house. She's not in an apartment anymore. Yeah, she
No,
she
they
might
could
be
keep that
renting,
No,
car.
I
but she's not
understand
in
that.
the
I was just
apartment.
speaking to the fact of bankruptcy and all that. That's all
What
I was
about that
speaking to.
7-seater car she got?
If
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
not
yeah,
paid
of
out
course.
right, if
They're
it's a
gonna find
car
it another
note,
way
it's
because the
not
thing about it
hers.
is she get paid by TikTok. The bankruptcy part I'm still lost on,
Yeah,
honestly.
if it's not hers, like she didn't pay it outright, they can't. That's the banks. They can't take that either.
She
No,
filed
so the only
bankruptcy.
thing that they can now, if she did buy that house, they can put a lien on that house.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
can put a lien on it.
But if it's not anything that's in her name can and will be touched. If it's
Mm-hmm.
not like meaning in her name, meaning she purchased and
Mm-hmm.
paid for, or she's paying on it. So if she did buy that house, oh yeah, they can put a lien against that house and make her pay. But if it's like a rental, no, they can't do anything about that.
Yeah, like
And as far as her car, as far as the car, they wouldn't go after her car because that's basically like it's not hers. It's still bank owned.
right.
And she
And
bought that car.
It's a difference
yeah,
in buying a house and buying a car. So you can put a lien on a house, but you can't put a lien on someone's car. Now, if she pay that car off and Akira wants it, she can get it then.
Ooh,
if
I
it's
guess it's getting her
I
dream
think
car.
some people saying
Brenay
that
had
it's
bought that
paid off.
car. I think Brenay had bought that car because when she made a video, she was like, "I got the 7-seater on my Kia, because this, and it's paid for this, that, and the third." She flunked that on.
Well, yeah, if that's the case, then Akira can have that 7-seater.
She could
Bang,
go
yeah.
through. She could
She
go
could
through a
go after
process to
that
try to
car.
get it. Yeah.
She sure can. Yeah.
But even like with the putting a lien on a house, she only will see money from that once it's sold.
Once it's
So
sold,
yeah.
yes. And
Yeah.
if Brene's upside down on that house, she wouldn't get anything out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even though, I mean, reportedly she makes about 11K on social media, which is, I did the math. She would have to pay that girl that and then some for 16 years to pay off that $2 million debt.
And I
So,
know
and it's
everybody is focused on this, her get I hope that Akira wins, but even if she's awarded money, unless Brenay is gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna pay this, that's not gonna be easy to come by too. Like if you look and if you line it up with the Cardi B and Tasha K, this lawsuit came for I think Cardi B, I think in 2022. She's just now starting to get some form of payments because she had to fight her in court to try to get her to even pay it. A lot of people, most people that get money awarded to them in court, they never see the money. Like majority of the people never see nothing
Correct.
from it.
Yeah. Yep. And of course, I think in this case, and
I don't see it. I see somebody.
in,
Go ahead,
in
sweetie pie.
in this case, I honestly think she will get money only because Brenay's not going to give up social media. So they can go in and garnish her checks. However
Mm-hmm.
they come in, because she's gonna keep up with social media because that's her income. That's the only way
Mm-hmm.
she's gonna be able to keep Tim is through the money.
Mm-hmm.
So and to be honest with you, I'm nowhere near on Brenay's team. I feel sorry for her because she don't understand how everybody's using her. Her mom's using her, her sister's using her, Tim's family is using her, and I'm not gonna call her, she's so slow that she's not understanding that the only reason she have the support and the people around her is because of her money.
No,
It's
she
not
know.
who
She's
she
spoken about
is.
it. She know.
That is sad. That's crazy.
She know. She know.
That is absolute crazy because I don't need you in my life if you need what I got in order for me to be a friend of yours or for you to defend or take up for me.
She knows it for her family, but she's willing to compromise it for her hoo-ha when it comes to Tim. She'll set a boundary with her sister. She'll set a boundary with her brothers and her mom. But she won't set a boundary with it when it comes to Tim. She literally records herself spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars on him. And he'll get her a travel size something. And she'll be like, oh my gosh, look what he got me. She bought her own necklace with the M on it to represent that she's a Montague now. Like, she fully understands she's the sugar mom in the situation. But the thing about it is that because Akira played this role too, she doesn't feel like she's lost. She looks that dumb.
Yeah, I don't know who failed her in life, and it's sad to see.
Oh,
I
her
don't
mom
know.
did. I
I
can
don't
answer
know.
that.
It's like because I have kids. I have daughters. I have 7 altogether. I have a 27, 25, a 22, and a 21-year-old. And there's no way I'm going to be sitting on any platform in any courtroom supporting them if they even thought about doing something like that because it's an embarrassment. Because now people are judging my life. So I'm as a parent, no way am I going to take because you're wrong. You're so wrong.
But they've been like that since they were kids, so they definitely got this behavior from their family. So all the siblings are a little touched from what I can see from just looking at them. I will say that they have this reputation to be loose with their bodies since they were kids, and that's just how it's been. That's how they met Tim and Devin. That's just how it's been.
But I'd ask the question as well, as a mother as well. I'm always gonna stand behind my child, but I'm not gonna stand behind your foolishness, right? I'm gonna tell
No,
you when you're right and I'm gonna tell you when you're wrong. But I wonder with the sisters, because they said the brothers kind of distanced himself from this craziness. But like with the girls, like why do they feel that they have to, I hate to use this word because it's just horrible, passed around by everybody and use their bodies to get the attention that they want? Because even
They're
Brenay
lacking
has been,
love. They're lacking
yeah,
love. And they feel that that's love. That's all it is.
yeah,
They feel that if a guy paid them any attention and sleep with them, that's love.
right.
They don't understand that it's actual just sex. They honestly equate that to love.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Yeah,
Agreed.
and
Because
that's
it's,
the way they were brought up. Honestly, that's just literally their mother's a super Christian. Now, if you know what a super Christian is and you see her daughters, you know exactly, you kind of can get a sense of what kind of growing up. And then also with Akira kind of gives you a little bit of sense too. Like, even though Akira had strong Black women who were lawyers or successful in her life, she still grew up to kind of like be so submissive to her man to where it ended up being her downfall. You can be submissive with just having some sense too, with some level of
mm-hmm,
discernment. And she really had little. And so the opposite, similar to Brenay and Akira, the only difference is they were raised by a mother who did not have as much morals, but she was a super Christian. A
We're not
super
going to
Christian.
give her that Christian. She's just a
No, no,
Jesus
no, no, no,
talker.
no. I'm not. I'm not. I'm quoting Brenay. I'm
Well,
quoting Brenay.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm quoting this is what she calls her mom, a super Christian. So we're saying when we're saying super Christian, it's not a positive thing, especially when you have daughters who do not respect those values. And so we're talking about women who grow up who performative. They're very performative with Christianity, but their values inside their home are not the same. Those girls have been running amok for a minute now. They
Right.
you know so this is just the final destination of what is going, like this is just the fruit of their labor.
Mhm. I have a question for the panel and everyone else. So, when this is all said and done, is Akira asking for full custody and like no contact? Because my fear is like when it gets quiet, like everybody says, somebody will move on to the next thing, right? But my fear is that these two individuals are not stable. And Tim seems like the type of person, if he's like backed into a corner, that's when he come out acting real crazy. Like, can she do something, be like, pay the child support, but you can't see the kids till they're a certain age, or they have to have supervised visitations. Has anyone talked about that in the
She
court? I
I
hadn't
thought
heard
about it.
much.
she has that cyber stalking case that still has to come up as well, and I think that may come up in part of that cyber stalking because there she does have restraining order. The kids actually have restraining order against Brenay, but I don't know how far that restraining order goes.
Hmm.
So I don't know if it's a restraining order just to keep her from posting the kids' faces and voices, or if it's so. Of course, she can't be around the kids right now. But yeah, so the cyber stalking is coming up, and if I'm not mistaken, and I could be wrong, they probably do have another custody case that's coming up.
They already had
Hmm.
one in play. Tim was supposed to be getting the keys every other weekend or something like that, but
Oh,
he hasn't been getting them since him and Brenay been messing with each other. So yeah, so that plays a
see,
big part when the stalking case come up too as well. Like
uh-huh.
I'm not gonna
Oh,
lie to
okay.
you, Diva. You hit the nail. You definitely hit a nail with that question because that's been on my mind too. I think that I think that Tim and Brenay are the kind of people that if Akira wins this case, how safe are her kids in their custody when she's not with them? That's my
Hmm.
thing because you could ask your child if you could ask your son to play a part in your infidelity by making him be your janitor or your assistant and bring you wipes, then where does it stop? Are you taking out her child's braids? You touching her child's hair? You making them call you
Hmm.
mommy? And they're already going
Hmm.
through it as it is, enough as it is. Imagine like, okay, now we're really, you know what people do to people's kids when they don't like the parent. Like your mama done
Right.
got me out of 2 million. We stress in this household. Oh, you want pizza? Okay, well, eat some ramen. Like they finna be, even if this just vicariously or just unconsciously, there's gonna be a certain level of kind of like, ugh, what did you go tell your mom now? Why you tell your mom that? You know what I
Hmm.
mean? There's gonna be a level of hostility, and that makes me kind of scared. That's the only thing that I'm
That makes
timid
me very
about
nervous for
when it
her.
comes to her winning
Yeah,
this case.
that agreed. That makes me very
Hey,
nervous for
what's
her.
going on?
I think she's
'Cause-
gonna win that case because the simple fact that what he brought to the courthouse that day. So I'm quite sure she's probably gonna bring that up too as well because that's like play a part too. Because what was you trying to do when you came there with that?
yeah.
Like
I don't know. That's why I said he feels like when he's back to the corner, he doesn't use his brain and he goes completely off. Because as a mother, I guess for me, I look at it as you would never see my child. Now, when they turn 18, maybe they can see you because just the trauma and Brenay is such a manipulator and Tim doesn't seem like he checks her. Because if what Devin is saying is correct and you're telling this child, whether she was clothed, non-clothed, you knew what the scenario was. And as a man and as their father, first you're bringing your child to a situation. So it's either you want your child to kind of accidentally see it and go, Mommy, we were over Auntie Brenay's house and Daddy and Auntie Brenay were doing, whatever. You guys want to get caught. But as a man, as a father, how could you allow it and not speak up? Like to me, like he is just,
Scum of the earth,
yeah.
and he's not getting off. In my eyes, he's not getting off. It's just like everyone is saying because she brought it to the internet and she lied so much and she manipulated so much. It's why she's getting the brunt of everything. But he's just the same as she is. They both nasty. They're both stupid. They're both ridiculous. And a lot of people, him bringing his son with him to do that, they don't think kids know anything, or they don't think kids can. No, oh, they don't know. They ain't gonna say nothing. But yeah, kids know things. Kids know a lot to go back and tell parents. But I honestly just think Tim was doing this to get money and have fun. Never once did he think it was going to destroy his marriage. Because he looked at Akira as that sweet innocent that's gonna stand by and take anything, and she's not hip to a lot of stuff. That's what his thinking was. Oh, she took me back once, she gonna take me back again.
Great. And she probably would have if her family hadn't have stepped in, is what I'm gathering. It took her family to step in and sit her down and be like, okay, girl, you gotta open your eyes. This is too much.
I got a question for Sweetie.
Yes.
Sweetie Pie. Can you hear me?
I
Go
can
ahead and
now.
ask. She said yes.
You said you did. You said you did legal, right?
I still do. I'm a paralegal. I've
Oh,
been a paralegal for like 20 years now.
okay. I want to know, like, because with the Devin situation is kind of different with the Akira situation, but like it's still like somewhat, because he also stated that he did know that them two was doing the do and all of that, and she also mentioned that she asked Devin if they can rekindle their relationship. She wanted to work it out with Tim to see if they can rekindle their relationship to Devin. So like, is that still like
Still
alienation and
alienation
affection
of
if you still
affection. There's, like
okay?
I said, the sex part has nothing to do with it. Still alienation of affection, because like Akira with Devin, she absolutely told him that no, she didn't love him no more, and I don't want to be with you no more, and this, that, and other. So that means the love was taken away. Who was it taken away by? Tim, because that's where she wanted to be at that point.
Right.
So no,
Wait,
if
that was out of context. It's I don't know her name. It's Shanae. That was out of context. When she was asking about that, that was when she had gotten her heart broken. She was talking about getting her heart broken as a child from Tim when they were dating. And so she had asked him, like, that's your cousin. Like, can we, do you think that we could be cool? So she was literally using him as far as, that's what I said earlier when I don't know if you can hear me because my connection is going in and out, but I'm saying that's why I said earlier when I said they were both grooming their spouses to normalize the over, when they did actually push the limit, they wouldn't react so bad. That's what I was saying. She was like, she was kind of already prepping him. Like, I actually do want that. I'm just trying to have that issue as kids. So yeah, that would especially because that was definitely not flat out saying I want that man, I'm gonna go after him. They weren't having any relationship issues at that point. They were just trying to.
correct, and it's never been really stated that Brenay and Devin had relationship problems, other than the lie that was told. He tried to jump on her. Other than that, I haven't heard any kind of issues that they had.
Yeah, they've had light relationship issues, but nothing like infidelity. It was always Brenay feeling, honestly, it was always things that Brenay said that she picked in about Devin feeling like he's not manly enough for leading the marriage the way he should. So it was things that she, like, little nitpicky stuff that they could have definitely worked out with counseling and a proper weight loss plan, which obviously and I'm not even trying to be funny, like they were just so invested in food, and it was tearing up their relationship because all it was about food. And the moment he broke up with her, he got healthy, and she's just like honestly getting worse.
Then you see he said, let me slim down. If that wasn't like the definition of being weighed down, like just to be able to focus and get his health together like that in less than a year. Like
Very
he lost that
fast.
weight in
Yeah.
less than a year.
He
Right.
turned his pain into power.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Devin, I keep saying it. Devin and Akira were naive. Devin, that was his, and he said it. Renee was his first relationship and probably the first woman he's ever slept with. So, you know, when you get your first smell, your first taste, you don't see clearly. And so
Jay,
I
what?
think
He
a lot of
was.
stuff that he was doing was to appease her. And, you know, and he even said he didn't know what a relationship was like, right? To be married because he wanted to go to counseling, but Tim and Corinne set it up so Devin could, you know, Devin wasn't supposed to stay there. Devin was only supposed to get, you know, get what he was getting, and he was supposed to move on from Brenay. He stayed there because he truly fell in love with her, and I believe he really loved her. Because looking at the last couple videos he's made, he's still heartbroken, but
Still,
he's talking real. He's letting his truth come out now.
Yeah.
why drag that girl? So why would you drag that girl along all along, knowing that you still had feelings for your first?
What do you mean?
What do you
Like,
mean?
like she was saying, she said that this was Tim first, and you know, like, um, that Brenay,
They said that it was Devin's first relationship.
Yeah, Brenay
Devin's
was
Brenay
first
was
Devin's
relationship.
first.
Devin's
no,
first relationship.
Tim
Tim
was
was.
Renee's first
I
relationship.
get what you're saying. It
Yeah.
was
Right.
And
Brenay took Tim's B card.
yes, and
Mhm.
with that, the Diva was saying was, you know, Devin. I mean, Tim. Or was you talking about Tim, or you was talking about Devin?
I said I was talking
Devin.
about both. So I said Tim and Corinne, that's her name. Tim and Corinne were messing around. So Devin was with them. So and Brenay was being a third wheel. So Tim wanted to still kick it with Corinne, do what he was doing. So they came up with a plan to set Devin up with Brenay so she could be out the way. So, and part of me thinks, and think y'all let me know what you think about this. I kind of think Tim wanted to be with Corinne, but he wanted Brenay's money, and those two were plotting, but it just didn't work out the way that they wanted.
I'm gonna say this: if Tim had the choice, he wouldn't be with neither of those women. Like, not even
That's
probably
what I
Akira.
think. That's what I
Think
think.
so?
Like, Akira's definitely his type as far as the
Mhm.
kind of woman that he likes. Because we know this because he followed all the archetypes that was. So imagine Akira all glammed up, showing off her like bodacious stuff and very Instagram model style girls, like even her shape,
Hmm.
everything. That's the kind of girls and aesthetic that Tim liked. But then when people were catching on and exposing him about that, that's when he went and unfollowed those pages and only followed Brenay. Like,
And
that was
then
it.
Oh, I
that
didn't know
video in
that.
Wait,
court,
hold on,
I
hold on.
just
And I will say, he would not be with any of them. All these women are instrumental to what he's doing. That he's a narcissist. Akira is the sweet, I'm gonna be submissive to my husband,
I
plain
was
Jane
on mute.
type that the guy marries so that he can get the bad B on the side. And then Akira is the bad B. Akira, you can even see Akira, not Akira. Corinne is a bad B now. Like, she's losing weight, her body T. She's kind of like looks like her sister, but she got no fun. So she's really just a little something you see on the side. No, you throw a little cash too, but she's just a little thing. And then Brenay's
Mm.
the sugar mama, but he would be with neither of these women if he had his choice.
Okay, General, welcome
Hmm.
to the panel. What would you like to add?
thank you, love.
You're welcome.
Y'all, I'm really like, because because they stayed on my timeline, and I'm just like, damn, why would she do her friend like that? But as I dug, I was just coming across a few things. Oh, you got a little timer? Let me get it out. So to what you were saying, speak. As I was just watching like that court video when Brenay was standing in front of him and he was sitting there laughing and talking to whoever was next to him and all that, and he just sort of gave her a look, like a straight face, like, girl, you doing too much. Like,
She
no,
disgusts him.
let me talk to homegirl. But who was that home? Do you know what video I'm talking
His
about?
sister that had
Oh,
that was his sister. So Brenay was standing in front of him, and he had his head turned. The girl that was in the blue, that's his sister.
Yeah, he was sitting there laughing, and the moment he cut eyes to Brenay, he just went straight faced and just like, "Come on, you doing too much. Like, come on
Because
now."
Brenay is she's a supportive character, and she sometimes she forgets that this is not based on true love, and so
And then y'all,
unfortunately, yeah.
I never dug deep into the archive of Devin's page,
Mm-hmm.
like his very first videos and stuff, like the very his sixth TikTok. At some point, he said, "Yeah, like telling me that you falling back in love with my cousin, like that just it just didn't, you know." He felt a way about that, and then you want me to come around and start hanging around y'all.
Let me
I'm like,
correct this too.
wait, they should have
They
explained
are
that. They
not.
should have showed that in court. They should have showed that because he said that
You said
in
his sixth video.
2024.
No,
I'm gonna have to go watch
that's
that.
not.
It may come up
That
in
can't
his
be
own case.
shown in court. There's it's a
Right.
Yeah, like that could come up in his own case, but that wouldn't be anything. That's a first person. Like that's the same thing as asking him on the stand. That's not any different unless it's coming from one of them.
Oh, because the
Oh,
case
see,
not
there's
based
so
on.
much
Yeah.
evidence.
But he's taking Tim to court, so
Evidence.
that would be something he could use
For himself.
for himself.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
because man,
yeah.
there's no way
Well, I'm
none of
about to
the
go.
jurors and nobody is seen like going back home and like looking at this stuff. Like, hold up, let me dig into these people profiles and
Well, that page
That's
is new.
crazy.
Devin
Oh,
wasn't
that's a
that
new page.
outspoken.
Thank
That's
you
a
guys
new
for the
page.
15K likes. Appreciate y'all. I was about to say something else, but I can't remember what I was about to say. I lost my
Talk
train of
about
thought.
Devin's
Go ahead,
page.
speak. Oh yeah,
No,
I've
Devin's
I've
page.
I've never done a deep dive. I'm going to be honest. I'm not nosy enough.
I
I've been
just
wanting
did
to.
just now on Devin page,
I'm
and
gonna
then
have to go. I'm
looking
gonna have
at
to go
his
look. I'm gonna have to go
confessions.
scroll.
Man,
Okay,
I
so
looked at
basically,
his little confessions. That go ahead, speak.
no. I'm gonna just give you a little background so you understand his page. His page is literally based on the revenge of this whole thing. Devin never was social media. That's the thing about the situation. Everybody's mad that Brenay's getting the hate. None of these people were social media people. Not even Devin. The
Him
issue
and
is that
Akira, but they're doing it the right way. Like they're
right, yeah, they're now doing it the right way. But the
right.
reason being is that the reason why they're getting love is because Brenay. This is Brenay's home right here where we are right now. Brenay owns a mansion with 2.9 million followers on this very
Oh,
platform.
it's
That's why people are
okay.
getting
Once
her.
this is over with, they're doing it the right way because they're not on there like reading negative
Right.
comments about
So what I was
anybody
simply
or
saying was that
responding
I'm a,
back to negative
right.
stuff.
I'm simply saying that this situation, the case is is crazy because both parties were trying to destiny swap with their partners or with the other partner. So or with the alternative person. So Akira is trying to no. Brenay is trying to destiny swap with Akira, and Tim is trying to destiny swap with Devin because he's like, why do you have all this clout and you're the husband to the Brenay and you're not even using it properly. So that's when they finally separated and Tim finally moved in with Brenay. That's when he moved out, started moving away, and then he created his own TikTok page. And then that's how the TikTok page started. And he was just making so many videos of throwing shade at Brenay. And you should have saw his poems. He used to make poems about how she was always eating Chipotle and how and basically saying everyone should go outside and work out today. And then he would make like a cute little rhyme, and then everyone was loving it. And so same thing for Akira. Akira was building her confidence, building her own brand, as in being the quiet small town girl who just gets her life obliterated by this big titty monster.
Yeah.
And
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
But that's why I say that like Tim and Akira is really carrying this and let's get rid of the how many followers anyone have. You know? Let's get rid of all that and how much following and all that. They're really moving in silent. And you know they had to have had some conversation or Akira and
Devin.
Devin, they had to have had some conversations like, oh, let's just stay off. We ain't gonna say too much. We could be a little petty, but we ain't gonna say too much online because
No, they did.
we
They had
got
a
this case
conversation
going.
online in front of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like Devin was the one kind of piping her up to do her own following. He would cheer her on when she would do little cute little videos. One of her first few videos when you do a deep dive on her page, she has brought it back, is when she would do cute little like vlogs of her getting her hair done, and then you would see Brenay come with the same hairstyle right after she gets it done.
Is
That's what was
that what
irritating
people were
people.
saying? See, I don't be looking hard enough. That's because even like
Yes.
so. I came across a video. She had did an interview with somebody like 3 years ago, and she was talking about how she started doing her nails. You know how she used to wear the long curved nails. She said she couldn't live without them, and I'm like, but now you got short, little, cute French tips,
Yep.
Because
like
Tim doesn't
Akira.
like
In
them.
the court case,
One at a time, ladies.
And
One at
now we
a
know
time.
exactly why.
in the court case, it came out that Tim was sending Brenay pictures of Akira's French tip toes or her fingernails and telling her this is why you need to wear your nails or this how you need to wear your toes.
And that's
So
how she's
that's why
wearing them
she went
now.
away from them clunky nails to what she
But
is now.
before that came out, before that came out in the court case, everyone was clocking her tea about this in the beginning when she started wearing the short nails. But then she came in a video on Snapchat and she was like, "This, I'm not wearing short nails because I'm a man. Like, this is my nails. Like, I just like my nails short now." And everyone was clocking it. So the case, that was another piece of new evidence that was just like, "Girl,
I'm
we
gonna
knew that
post
was
that.
because of him."
I'm gonna post
he
that
doesn't want
clip.
that extra
I'm
stuff.
gonna post the clip about her nails because, baby, you said you
Saw it on
couldn't
the
live
live
without
and
them.
played it for everyone. That interview y'all talking about, it's on YouTube. Just type in Brenay interview. That's her only interview. And yes,
Are you the one that was on the other panel talking about that
with Miss Gossip? I think.
Yeah.
Yep. I was the one that was streaming.
I went to look for that interview because of something you said. You had mentioned something about the boyfriend, Corinne, baby dad or something, and she's supposed to slept with him or something.
Oh, I didn't get that far into it. That might have been somebody else because we cut it off after we was trying to figure out, like, you know, the whole nail thing, how she looked ahead of time and she was faking her accent. So we stopped like about probably 5 minutes into the interview.
Okay, because somebody said that on somebody's
So
panel,
the interview,
and it made me go look for it, and I came across the interview that we're talking about now about the nails. I wanted to go confirm that she supposedly had.
so the nails
slept
thing
with
was more
Corinne's
so
baby
the detail
father
reveal
first.
dropped there. Her personal. Oh, I heard about that. Yeah, I did.
Go ahead, speak.
No, I was just saying I heard about that part. But I will say when it comes down to the nail thing, I didn't know that came up in the interview because the most of the tea that drops on Brenay is the thing that because the thing about Brenay is that she gave this case up to the girl because she records every little thing and she snitches on herself and she doesn't know how to lie. That is the reason why this girl's gonna likely win the case. And so when it came to the nails and all the other things that we found on her, it was because she kept opening up her mouth and yapping and pressing record. That's why most of the nail stuff was coming out on her Snapchat stories, not so much the interview. Because the only part of the interview that we were joking on her about was her constantly saying that she's from B-More. And it was just annoying. But everything else is from all the evidence is you guys are better off going down the rabbit hole and just typing Brenay and just start scrolling on the explore page and picking a video, first video, and just start scrolling. And that's when you see dots connect about every
I
little thing.
see.
This girl was antagonizing Akira.
Somebody said even down to her perfume, but I keep hearing people talk about the. Why do people doubt that she's from Baltimore? Has somebody proven that to be false?
No, well,
Yeah, so this is
what they were saying, and I was like, let's play this interview. And in the interview, the first 5 minutes, they were just talking about the nails. Are we all talking about the same interview with that dude
with the black guy?
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yep, the first like few minutes, they're just stuck on her nails and all that, and then he got to asking her, "Where are you from? Do you? Oh, you from this area? You know this area?"
Yeah.
And people in the comments started pulling up. They was like, "Oh no!" And then we noticed within because I specialize in linguistics, and her vernacular and her tone and everything, like she switches it up. Like she would say, "Yeah, I go to," or "I do." Like she tried to force her. She forces her accent, and it's like you may be from, but she just really like forces like where she's from, and then you'll have her say like a whole paragraph with no sentence, like no kind of accent.
So the only reason why I kind of like, I know people that you wouldn't know that they were like from Jamaica or like from an island because they sound like they from just over here from somewhere. But when they start talking like their dialect or around their people, their whole accent will switch up. So I don't know.
That's not Brenay. No.
So I think Brenay's mother and them when they were younger at one point were in Baltimore, but like she never lived her entire life or majority of her life in Baltimore, if I'm not
She left there
mistaken.
as a toddler. She was
Yeah, she
born
left
there.
as a
Yeah,
toddler.
she's
Yeah,
definitely Baltimore.
yeah.
So
Oh.
she was definitely born there. The issue came that issue came before the interview too, because people kept talking about that. Because if you go down another video, she used to copy the New Orleans girl's accent, and she would say to her sister in a video, and she would force it. She would be like, "Can you get my long charger, please? My long charger." Like if you would, I literally was
What?
cackling to
Yes,
myself because she was
yes,
doing it.
yes.
Okay, so they're saying
Yes,
she was
she's been
born
doing
there,
this.
maybe, but not raised.
She was not
Got you.
raised in
No, no, there's no
Baltimore.
maybe. She was 100% born in there, but she's definitely born there. But she moved when she was a child. She has no connection to that space after that. She hasn't visited that space
And
like that.
is
It probably once or twice. No,
And the
she's
thing
not
is
from
with
there.
the whole Baltimore thing, it only came up because if I'm not mistaken, Devin went down there for a modeling job and
Mm-hmm.
him and Akira were on FaceTime or live together. And Akira said, "Oh, so you down there where my family is from." And then all of a
Mm-hmm.
sudden Brenay started hollering, "Yeah, we're from Baltimore," and da 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 da. So I
Well,
think that's how that came up.
in the interview that I watched was way before all this drama.
Yeah,
She was claiming
she's
Baltimore
been pump
already.
faking about Baltimore.
Yeah.
Okay, 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 okay.
Wait,
Hey Lee,
wait, hold on.
go ahead, speak. I think you got like I
She
think you delayed.
is
Are you
not fully
delayed? Cause I hear you
wrong
start to speak and then you'll
because
stop.
Brenay has done this historically before that.
I think speak got a delay.
Yeah, she said her internet was a little wonky.
Oh, okay. She said I do. Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna shut up. Go ahead.
If it comes, if it's, is it working now? Do you hear me?
We hear you fine when we're not talking over you, but because you have a delay, a lot of times we're talking when you
Is it you?
start to
Okay, you hear
talk.
me now,
See,
right?
see, look, we hear you. Go ahead, speak. I enjoyed this panel, ladies. Unfortunately, I need to go. I was on when I was on pause because my husband called me. He needed me for something. I enjoyed y'all. I hope that we can do this again because baby Monday is coming and I can't wait for the new information to come out with the because you know they're going to be cross examining Brenay again, finishing up with Brenay on Monday. I wish I could go sit in that courtroom because I would be right there, right
Yeah.
there.
Thank you, ladies. I enjoyed this panel. I enjoyed everybody giving everybody a chance to talk because some of the other panels, I'm like, I can't listen no more. They just arguing it over each other. So it
And
was nice
speaking
to
the,
hear yeah, it was
and
nice
they're
to hear
not telling the
everybody's
truth
perspective.
about a lot of stuff they're saying on those other panels. It seems like everybody want to make up their own part to make it seem worse than what it already is, and it's a bunch of lies being told.
You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Thank
Well,
you,
have a
ladies,
good
again.
evening,
You
everybody.
too.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye
User
bye.
244, are you Muslim?
Can you hear me?
I hear you.
No, I'm not. That's my
Oh,
my work cap.
okay.
I
All
work
right.
in the ICU, so I keep
Got
my
you.
head covered. I just want to say nobody really talked about the work of doing jury duty. Has anybody on the panel served on jury duty?
No, I ain't even gonna hold you. Every time they send me a thing for jury duty, I
Let
sit
me
back.
tell you something. It is a lot of stress. I don't think people understand. You got to put your feelings to the side. You got to listen to the facts and you got to come up with a conclusion. So they got their work cut out. It's emotional. It's a lot. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to deal with. And guess what? Everybody going to have their own perspective. So
Mm,
I feel like when it boils down till tomorrow, if that's the last day or even Wednesday, it's a lot to deal with. So if people understand how, the court system works, I think everybody should take a class. Seriously.
okay, that's a good
It's not
suggestion.
even funny. Seriously. People need to know
I
their
always
rights.
reject them letters. I act like I don't see them.
You better stop. They're gonna come get you. And you gotta pay a fine. Seriously, depending on what state you live in.
I
But
know, I
I
know.
feel like everybody should take a course because it's very informative, not just for this situation or criminal, but it's just something that you need to experience to understand how the justice system works. And if people understand how the system works, trust and believe they will move a little differently.
Got you. But thank you for coming up and adding your input. I appreciated you. You too, Jennifer. I hope that you guys will join the panel again on another day.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to exit the live. Enjoy the rest of y'all evening, ladies and gentlemen.